Hello, world. Welcome. Welcome to Ashford, Garley Live on this beautiful Sunday night. A very special edition of the program Ashford, Garley Live on Bridge Radio. Folks, I'm telling you, we're in for a big-time musical explosion tonight. Arthur Wilson, Philip Pasua, Marjorie Dollar, and Maurice Smith are in the building. Joseph Cheer is also in the building. Invite a few friends. Don't be selfish. It's just the night before the biggest protest ever in the history of Liberia. Across the 15 political subdivisions. Are you ready tonight? A political soccer game. The two captains meet tonight. George Weah, Henry Costa. George Weah plans to West Side Henry Costa. On the other hand, Henry Costa plans to give George Weah government Garley, government Faria at the Barrow practice ground. Who becomes the winner? Big question. Let's find out tonight. Mr. James Rattle. That's Shina and Comet is also in the building, folks. I'm telling you, we have to take a trip around VIP to see who's all in the building tonight, folks. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this all-important political soccer game. Listen, for the first time, I'm going to be a little biased tonight because people are just against this young man for nothing. This man risked his life, went to Liberia. We have big-time politicians in the country. They can't step on the George Weah. But tonight, we are going to put our support behind this young man. He's not perfect, though, but he means well for Liberia. Yes, Abu Bebeto Fofana. Oh, bon samo frère aussi. On dit que c'est long qui a percé dans la. Get ready. À Boboté, à Jamé, yo pour qu'on croit rouge. Ma horizon 4. Oh, man. Soiree Yata, Bangali Musa Japata, Standard is also in the building. Lamas Shepherd is in the building. Now listen, this is gonna be a teamwork tonight. I can't be commentating the game. You know, this is not an easy game to commentate. You know what I mean? So you have to do your part, especially those who find themselves in VIP. You have to share the video, invite a few friends, because tonight will determine whether or not Liberia is free. Our women, for the first time, you're going to hear our Liberian women asking President George Weah to turn power over to ECOWAS. I am not making this up. I have the recording. You will listen to your own Liberian mothers asking George Weah to turn power over to ECOWAS because this thing is too big for him. In the Liberian, they say he's not able. You have a president who doesn't speak to his people. What did we do to George Weah, folks? I want you to get ready, prepare yourselves tonight for this all-important political soccer game. Very shortly, as soon as we get signal from the officials, we will bring them to you. And we've got some new players on the field tonight. Interesting players, believe you me. Some of the names that you're going to be hearing tonight to play for both the COP and the government of Liberia, you will be shocked. I'm telling you. Oh, man. Agnes Bestman is in the building. Oh, man. Josephus Shah Thomas is also in the building. Melinda Pasino Jallo is in the building as well. I'm just going to give you what I see. I'm not some of those wannabes that will laugh for numbers. Some people just come and laugh for no reason, just so they can have people watching them. There's the other clown. I don't even want to mention his name. This other clown who said Yeke Kuluba's wife was given 72 hours to leave Ghana. Why lie to the people? Is that how you think you're gonna come and become prominent by lying to the people? You don't do that. Don't mislead your audience. And some of us don't even need breaking news to become a little creative. The next thing you know, people will listen. Be genuine. Oh man! Again, for the officials tonight, Landsman number 1 is the Senate. Landsman number 2 is the House of Representatives. The chief referee is the Supreme Court of Liberia. And the March Commissioner is Congressman Chris Smith. He's in the VIP box, not too far from me. And folks, I'm telling you, you are going to see Tabella like you've never seen before tonight. Oh man. You have some of the political party leaders now. They all just talking now, and the next thing they will attribute it to is just say that liquor talk. So liquor talk is on the field tonight. You got liquor talk playing on both sides. Liquor talk is on the COP side. You also have liquor talk on the government side. So liquor talk is on the field tonight, folks. I'm telling you. You know, I'm sitting in the VIP box, not too far from the ERW hospital side, so I can already see everybody on the field. So don't get angry, don't be mad if you don't hear your name, because it's very difficult to see everybody on the field. I see Miss Rebecca Falika, she's in VIP. The elder James C. Bly is also in VIP, monitoring from Hartford, Connecticut. Darling Wildwood is also here. I know, darling, your favorite player is Diho Kovaho. Diho Kovaho is here tonight as well. Don't get Asik K. Gwe. He's there in VIP as well. Folks, I'm telling you, Beatrice Nimnes Smith is also in VIP. And we'll also see let me see here, man. You know, this thing is getting serious tonight. Mr. Jesse Fangon is here in VIP as well. Faithful Political D-Man is here. Susan Beat Andrews is here. God Anointed Favorite Moore is also here. Jeff Jackson is in VIP. And I see Miss Destina. Destina Coman says, it is not about Costa family, it's about Liberia and the Liberian people. Okay, I agree with you, my sister. Dominic Wazama is also here. And I see the Tanu Jalama, way back friend. Andrew Benson is here as well. Okay, folks. We're about to bring you the lineup now for both teams as we get ready for this game. We're going to start with the strangers as always, folks. For the COP, some of the players, liquor talk, things fall apart, bribery, negotiation, dialogue, January 6th, January 4th, December 30th, greed. We'll also see Ben Senvi, Manipaka Domoy, Paul Nina Ise. Manipaka Domoy is also on the field tonight. Prophet Key, compromise, desperation. Then we see Sunshine Stepchild. The Reverend Senji Skepta is also on the field. Then we'll have Yombly Kanga, Racketeer. We'll also have Oscar Cooper. We see the captain himself, Henry Costa, Mo Ali, Darius Dillon, Sandro Johnson, aka Iso. We'll also see Black Miller, pay as you go, accountability, communication, Obed, Yeke Koluba, Jeremiah Wapo, Eloise Alif Garley. I see Stephen Johnson. Momo Samula is also on the field tonight. For the Liberia national team tonight, folks. Drugs abuse, prostitution, sexually transmitted disease, womanizer, alcoholism, peppermint, and chicle, dictatorship, bad-lucky president, stupiditians, we Ebola, boyo, hard time, unemployment, fraud, hypocrisy, harassment, police brutality, rape, statutory rapist, murder, witch hunt. It's not easy tonight. We'll also see nepotism, abuse of power, false promises, Molba Molu, aka Lekoto, aka Chechepole, Jefferson Koji, 17 Continent, Mr. Blanc, wasteful spending, corruption, George Weah, Akaras Gray, aka Opion King Kong, human rights abuse, money laundering. Oh man. Let's get it. For the national team, we'll also have Joy Howard Taylor, George Weah, Sabu Unit, aka terrorist group. Get terrorized in the neighborhood. This Sabu Unit thing, you're not bring on us here. Eugene Nangwe, Natana Mageo, Musa Dan, Samuel Toy, and Central Bank. You know, the international community has spoken. Do not harass the people, allow the people to assemble peacefully. And the 15 political subdivisions, the 15 counties, some of who can make it to Monrovia will stay home. No businesses, all businesses closed. No school tomorrow. Everything's shut down. COP has taken over the city. And as soon as we get the whistle, we're going to begin this march. I'm telling you, I'm excited already. Are you? At the half, we are going to be speaking with Mr. Ben Senvi. He will be in our VIP box. We'll have a few questions for him. You know, I listened to Ben Senvi yesterday, and I enjoyed his little laugh yesterday. I think he came out right. He was very professional. I really enjoyed it, and we're gonna be talking to him at the halftime tonight. And we'll also hear from our ladies, our Liberian mothers, our sisters, our daughters. They are saying, George, we should turn things over to airports because this thing is too big for him. Now that I've been saying that, you're going to hear for yourself tonight. The ball is not in the middle of the field. The both captains shake hands. You know, George, we have promises to whistle Henry Costa in the ear. And Henry Costa on the other hand promises to what? Get George, we are coming from here. So these two guys, yeah. The 37-year-old pedal ball and the 53-year-old crewman in a battle tonight, where the lone star of Liberia takes on the COP. And some old town politician there, they can't stand the heat. If he can't stand the heat, stay off the damn kitchen. Play your headers. Why you hating? They brought left from here. He could have stayed here and let the people suffer. He went back home for the sake of Mama Liberia. You got one president who's stealing all over the damn place. He thinks that he owns Liberia. Huh? You know, I'd rather get sick with some of the local journalists in Liberia. I mean, where is the passion for the business? You will sit down for this very corrupt president to give you small dollar, a few dollars to just be quiet, and you call yourself journalists. You can't do a coverage of this protest because they gave you small money to put in your pocket, selling your soul to the devil. I mean, just who the hell is George Weah to determine who gets what and who doesn't? You know? And you also will sit down and condone this nonsense. George Weah has destroyed the country in just under 2 years. Who does that? Then when they say bad lucky president, then he won't get angry. You came to power stealing. That's why they call you bad lucky president. And bad lucky president is playing on the field tonight. The ball is not in the middle of the field, folks. The whistle goes. The ball comes to things for a part. Things for a part to negotiation. Negotiation to dialogue. Dialogue to liquor talk. Liquor talk about the things for a part. You know, the Unity Party destroyed this country for the last 12 years. And for God's sake, I mean, people are looking at you people to say, let's give them a chance. You will come here on the eve of the protest. to can't open your mouth to talk about your partisans should distance themselves from the protest. Who the hell are you to determine whether or not who comes to the protest and who doesn't? Women pay, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I see the very bar order Sekou Kalasco clapping here for women pay. The man who does not even have go hygiene practice clapping here now. I don't know how George can manage with these people then. I don't know, they can't take back a while under the medicine law. You know, so it's all be spending get a bot or get a wolf behind that they cannot put George back guy around him. Sekou Kalasco. What kind of woman the people that sleep with say? I mean, what kind of girl feel comfortable for that kind of man later on you? Sekou Kalasco, Eugene Fangon, he smelled a wolf ass. And I can say that because I made Eugene Fangon. When everybody refused to give Eugene Fangon opportunity, I gave him opportunity. If you don't know today, Henry Costa refused to allow Eugene Fangon to come on the radio. The Lip Money Jacket refused to allow Eugene Fangon to come on the radio. I am Mr. Good. I said, let me give the brother a chance. And today, Eugene Fangon thinks he's something. This is a guy who allows his mouth to read a check that his butthole cannot catch. Eugene Fangon always play talking nonsense. Folks, this protest will hold. Any attempt by George Weah and his dogs to harass the protesters, your days will be numbered. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Racketeer. Racketeer looks around to accountability. Accountability back to Racketeer, onto Blackmailer. Blackmailer looks around to Racketeer, onto the Reverend. Semji Skepta, Chibi Swimming puts up on the team. The ball comes to Sunshine Stepchild, onto Desperation. Desperation to Prophet Key. Prophet Key looks around to Ben Senvi. Senvi back to Greed. Greed back to Senvi. Senvi to December 30th, onto January 6th. To Manipaka Tomoe. Manipaka Tomoe looks around to Henry Costa, onto Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Blackmailer. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. But that's quickly been taken away now by drugs abuse. Drugs abuse to prostitution. Prostitution to sexually transmitted disease. Sexually transmitted disease to womanizer. Womanizer back to critical thinker. George, we are saying you're a critical thinker. Critical thinking in what? Critical thinking in what? He said, I take note. You take note? Then he said he didn't come to talk. You're action president. Yes, Joshua, we know you are action president because you sleep with the wives of your officials. You feel you're the only one that can function from the waist below. That's why you call yourself the action president. Action president to biological president. Biological president to critical thinker. Critical thinker to I take note. I take note to Peppermint and Chicle. Peppermint and Chicle to biological president by the dictatorship. On to Boyo. Boyo to Hard Time to unemployment. He making it, he doesn't. The boy are quickly been taken away now by Henry Costa. Henry Costa looks around to communication. Communication to accountability. On to pay as you go. 172 years. We ain't got no credit. We ain't got no credit whatsoever. Everything got to pay cash. Because of George Weah, we have lost our overdraft protection privileges. The man stole from the World Bank. He stole from the Donors Fund. He emptied the Social Security coffers. He emptied the Central Bank. This is a man you call president. This criminal of a president that will go down in history as the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. Then we see our brothers and sisters who call themselves journalists taking bribe from this president just to keep quiet. You will never find some of us doing this nonsense. No, not under any condition. The ball comes to Peppermint and Chicle. Poor president. You can't even say come say Chicle. I get that need long time. My 13-year-old son asked me, he said, Daddy, where is my Chicle? My son, the man talking about gumbo. Peppermint and Chicle. Peppermint and Chicle looks around the dictatorship. Dictatorship, the biological president. Social bylaw following you because you are not doing the Liberian people justice, Mr. Weah. You came to power stealing, breaking down your old home and building new ones at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people. What did Liberia do to you to deserve this, Mr. President? You got some 2 or 4 journalists there around taking bribe from you just to be silent. You can't silence some of us. We don't need a goddamn thing from you. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to dictatorship. Dictatorship to stupeditions. Stupedition to Weabola. Weabola looks around to hard time. Hard time to unemployment, onto fraud. Fraud to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy to harassment. Harassment doesn't make it. The ball comes back to drugs abuse, onto prostitution, to alcoholism. Alcoholism to womanizer. George Weah feel he's the only person that can function from the waist below. Womanizer loses the ball to Stephen Johnson II. Stephen Johnson to Jeremiah Wapo. Jeremiah Wapo to Yeka Koluba. Yeka Koluba looks around to communication onto accountability. Accountability to pay as you go. Pay as you go to Blackmailer. Blackmailer to Sano Johnson, aka Iso. Sano Johnson to Dawes Dillon. Dawes Dillon to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Henry Costa. Costa looks around. Biso man beats the second. He's moving deep in out of the field. This could be trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Costa has been brought down. Costa has been brought down by George Weah. So the thing George Weah said, you rather mean the thing here. You say you want to waste out Henry Costa. Henry Costa says you get it back Garley. You get it back government from here on the barrel practice ground. The 37-year-old pedal ball against the 53-year-old crew man. They're not easy tonight. No score to either side. No score to the Liberia national team, the Lone Star, and no score to the Council of the Patriots. You got some people in the country calling themselves politicians, calling themselves members of political parties. They ain't got no balls, bunch of sissies. Just the other day I spoke before they started coming out to have press conferences. Young labor, most of the call with balls went to Liberia. Then because you are ashamed of your damn selves, you won't come to say people stay home. Who are you to determine who should stay home, who should come out? You know who feeling the pain? The common people are feeling the pain. And they are coming on tomorrow in the numbers. This will be the biggest protest ever in the history of Liberia. And Mr. Musa Dean, I double dare you to harass people tomorrow. We have already gotten the backing of the international community. And they are coming out in the numbers. You might disagree with Henry Costa on other things, but this time, let us all stand together against the very corrupt president. This man who thinks that he owns the country. You got fully put in the market given and putting them on Google people, lying to the international world that Yeka Koluba were given 72 hours to leave the country. But you know what, Marco, I don't blame you. I blame someone who will allow you to work in our name for a whole year. When you got denied political asylum. So you so evil, you so envious, you beg some of us to learn how to be play with microphone and speaker around here. So you can open your stinking mouth to tell people and lie to people talking about the woman 72 hours to leave from Ghana. That's how you destroy the Grand General Association in America. Your criminal brother who is heading Lina, the Liberian news agency, giving you a few dollars down on the government payroll so you can get up and talk nonsense. Whether the government deserves it or not, you open your stinking mouth to come and lie accountable. They get a woman 72 hours to leave Ghana. You're not even a real crime man. Your pa from Maryland County, your mom from Grand General say, you crime man. Your criminal uncle Kwame Weeks from Ghana. You're not even real crime people. You won't come open your mouth here and talk like you're part of Grand General. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Stephen Johnson. Stephen Johnson to Obey to communication, onto accountability to pay as you go to Henry Costa. Henry Costa looks around to Mo Ali, back to Costa. Costa to Manipaka Domoe. Manipaka Domoe looks around. Oh man, a new play the ball. The ball can play. Manipaka Domoe passes the ball to Yombi Kanga. And Yombi Kanga, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're a political leader for God's sake, the Liberty Party. You want to question who in the Liberty Party that endorsed the COP against the very corrupt president? The man who you're allegedly accused of killing your husband? That the man you want support against the people? Yombi Kanga. And just so you know, I call Yombi Kanga today to hear from her. Me, I don't tell her. Another Michael gave me who to make up things. I spoke with Yombi Kanga today. I said the thing you said. I want you to clarify, to come and talk. She said she's not taking any interview. I said, okay, Yombi Kanga. But you know what I want to say to you, Yombi? If you can't help Liberia, just stay out of Liberia, please. Leave the Liberian people alone. The people are suffering. I know because your political leader got sick and we're coming to America, George, we are getting some money. What did that George Weah pay for the funeral? Is that why you're trying to protect George Weah around here? It's not about George Weah. It's about Liberia. Liberia is not headed in the right direction. And we are begging you people to move from beyond George Weah, because that doesn't mean well for Liberia. Jefferson Koji that used to be passing around with a smelling feet, wear one drugs for 1 week. They themselves now got Sabu unit trying to kill people in Liberia. The ball comes to Baloke president. Baloke president to Wiabola. Wiabola look around to stupidation. Stupidation to dictatorship onto Wiabola. Wiabola about to alcoholism. Alcoholism to womanizer. Womanizer to sexually transmitted disease. To poverty. Or to prostitution. To drugs abuse. Because of poverty, you're sleeping with a small daughter then. At the age of 12, 13. All kinds of sicknesses jack in the place. Huh? You come to power. They say send the both people giving us hard time. They don't put any Tom, Dick, and Harry there. Then you have the right to come and open the steel from the people. And this man is brave. He talked about on 2 years, the thing he did, no person has ever done. What did you do, George Weah? To steal? Mr. Bar-Lucky president? Everywhere you go, you can't bring investment in the country. Because of your sticky fingers. The way your eyeball beeping, how you can steal. The ball comes to Dawes Dillon. Dawes Dillon back to Henry Costa, to Dawes Dillon, to Mo Ali, onto Manupaka Domoen. Manupaka Domoen to Eloise Alif Garley. Eloise Alif Garley to Jeremiah Wapo, onto Yeka Koluba. You might not pass the ball to Yomli Kanga. She's a traitor. Yomli Kanga is a traitor. You might not pass the ball to her. Don't pass the ball to Yomli Kanga. Don't pass the ball to Women Pay. These people are very dangerous. We'll campaign against you, Yomli Kanga. You will not be senator. And the Zion Commission claim to love Liberia, and they are all quiet. When Liberia needs them more at this time. So because you're not heading something now, you will get angry. Because you're not the head of the pressure group that got George Weah on his feet. Scared ahead. Then you must be angry. That's why you people are most Liberians. You're envious somebody for no. Everybody wants to be relevant. You're envious people for no reason. They boy can't sleep. They boy gets up 2:30 every morning and get on the radio to expose things to you that you don't even know about. For you to say politics aside, for once, let us surround this boy and show him some love. You don't want to do it. No human being is perfect. But for the most part, Henry Costa loves Liberia. He loves the people of Liberia. Way more than George Weah. George Weah is all about himself. He wants to steal from this country. And let me tell you, when you steal from Liberia, at the end of the day, it will come after your generation unborn. Back in the day, during the Tubman and Tubman administration, guess what? When they never had money to pay Civil 7, Tubman would go to Richard Henry, go to his rich brother, Stephen Tubbert, and borrow money to pay Civil 7s. Guess what now? When money came in the country, billions of dollars for loan or grant to build the country, they would divide the money among themselves. At the end of the day, Liberia still looks like dirt. Who truly loves Liberia? Who? George Weah played soccer at a very high level, made a lot of money. He squandered his money because of mental instability. He regained his wealth at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people, and this is what we get in return. The ball comes to communication. Communication to accountability. Accountability to pay as you go. Pay as you go to Yeka Koluba, back to Jeremiah Wapo, or to Eloise Alif Garley, to Stephen Johnson II. Stephen Johnson to Yeka Koluba. Yeka Koluba beats from a position for the team. The ball comes to Racketeer. Racketeer to Blackmailer. Blackmailer back to Racketeer. The ball comes to the Reverend Semji Skepta. On to Desperation. Desperation to Manipaka Domain. Manipaka Domain to Compromise. Compromise to Perfect Key. Perfect Key is moving deep in the heart of the field. He connects Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi looks around. He connects December 30th. December 30th doesn't make it. The ball comes to January 6th. January 6th to Desperation. Desperation to Yeke Koluba. Yeke Koluba is moving deep in the heart of the field. Yeke Koluba has been brought down, folks. Yeke Koluba has been brought down by this Bar-Lucky president. Lucky president brought Yeke Koloba down, slided outside the 18-yard box. That will be a free kick awarded now to the Council of Patriots. No score to either side. No score to the Council of Patriots and no score to the Labrador national team, the Lone Star. People from the 15 political parties, the 15 political subdivisions are here at the SKD Sports Complex for this very important, massive protest. I'm telling you. Teach the president a lesson. Send a message to him. That's what we're doing now. The ball comes to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy to fraud. Fraud to unemployment. Unemployment looks around to hard town to Boyo. Boyo to Wiabola. Wiabola to stupidation. Stupidation to Lucky president. On to dictatorship. Dictatorship to Peppermint and Chicle. Peppermint and Chicle to I take note. George Weah say he'll take note. This woman now say he'll take note. Critical thinker. When George Weah say you're a critical thinker, you're the only thing from the waist below. That's what he means when you say you're a critical thinker. Yes. George Weah's definition of critical thinking is to think from the waist below. The ball comes to woman Nassau. Woman Nassau to drugs abuse, onto prostitution, to alcoholism. All he wants to do is get drunk, sleep with his friend and woman, and he thinks he's the biggest guy around town now. The worst thing that ever happened to Liberia is the presidency of George Weah, and you go down in history. The ball comes to drugs abuse. Drugs abuse looks around to president that came for action. He said he didn't come to talk, he came to do action. And the only action he knows how to do is to function from the waist below. Sleep with your officials. You impregnating people now. The people should inside the council. Because ask Samuel and previous leaders. You bring your useless trainer will be here when you're gone, and they will be ashamed to identify with the name George Weah. The ball comes to Black Baylor. Black Baylor to pay as you go. I mean, a whole country ain't got no credit. We gotta be doing pay as you go now. Just like in America and other places. If you don't got good credit, everything gotta pay cash. Liberia is paying cash now for everything because they're a very irresponsible and inept president who thinks that he owns the country. He goes to speak, every time he goes to speak, nonsense comes out of his mouth. The ball comes to Peppermint and Chicle. Peppermint and Chicle to dictatorship. Dictatorship to Lucky president. Lucky president to stupidation onto Wiabola. Wiabola about the Lucky president. How you not get Luck? Liberia of all places. Liberia put you on the map. You went other places from in Liberia. You come back. They say the poor people are giving us hard time. They're not yet take any time they can hurry to be president. Don't accept to be president. Is this what you brought to the presidency? George Weah? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You better leave the people to protest. Any attempt to harass those people. Your spineless Mossadegh who wants to drink Jack Daniel and Coke. Leave the Liberian people alone. Let it come out in the numbers. But people, if you never did anything before, call your friends, relatives, loved ones in Liberia to not be afraid. Let it come out tomorrow morning and protest against this very wicked, evil, diabolical, nefarious president. What did you do for Liberia? What, George Weah? What did you do for Liberia? Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Manipaka Domoen. Manipaka Domoen to Sandra Johnson, a.k.a. Iso. The ball comes to Black Miller. Black Miller to pay as he go. On to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Henry Costa. He's moving deep in the heart of the field. He double shovels. He beats one man, beats the second, beats the third. Henry Costa is moving deep in the half of the full. He beats one man. Henry Costa again. He gets the double shovel. He connects open. Back to communication to accountability. Accountability to pay as you go. Back to Henry Costa. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be trouble. Will he make it? No! Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Costa have been brought down in the 18-yard box. But they're very irresponsible president called George Weah. Pennington now wanted to the COP. Henry Costa was brought down in the Pennington by George Weah. I think George Weah drunk. George Weah is obese. Nathaniel McGill is obese. Samuel Twa is obese. They can't even run. They can't know how to play far. Pennington now wanted to the COP. And the captain is in a low huddle. The captain is in a low huddle, trying to select who to take the penalty kick. Okay, Henry Costa himself will be taking the penalty kick for us, I'm telling you. And you got to get on your knees, put your hands together so that we can find the curtain racer this afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex. He shoot, ladies and gentlemen, goal number 1 for the COP. Goal coming from the leg of Henry Costa through a penalty kick. 1 goal to the COP and nothing to Liberia. Folks, if we continue that day, if the COP continue that day, they might end up winning the national team. George, we are getting ready to pack your bag. I'm telling you, the women of Liberia, when they start telling you to call ECOWAS and turn power over, then you know your own finish. They say you're not able. It's too big for you. Get ready to leave, George. Weah. A goal kick down the water to the Liberia national team, the Lone Star. The king has been taken there by prostitution. Prostitution is sexually transmitted disease, onto alcoholism. More comes to womanizer. Womanizer, the critical thinker. Critical thinker to I take note to pyramid and chiclet. Pyramid and chiclet looks around when he making no, he does it. What has been taken away now by hard time to corruption. Corruption looks around to police brutality. Police brutality looks around to nepotism. Nepotism to abuse of power, onto false promises, to human rights abuse. Human rights abuse to wasteful spending. Wasteful spending to Akara's Gray, aka Opium King Kong. Akara Gray looks around to selective justice. Selective justice to human rights abuse, onto money laundering. Money laundering to Bill Twawe. Bill Twawe looks around to Joshua. Joshua Beast Man. Joshua connect D-Ho cover hole. D-Ho cover hole to Sabu Unit. Sabu Unit, aka domestic terrorists. They are terrorizing people in the neighborhood. I'm telling you, Sabu Unit, the nonsense you're doing, you gotta stop it. The ball comes to Eugene Nangwe. He quickly loses the ball now to Perfect Key. Eugene Nangwe loses the ball to Perfect Key. Perfect Key to dialogue. Dialogue to negotiation, onto bribery. Bribery to things fall apart. Things fall apart to liquor talk. Women pay of all people. Asking people to stay home. But I enjoyed how Unity Party came back and fired right back and said, look, y'all come. Women paying the way you're talking. That liquor talk. They liquor talk, you know, when you're talking nonsense, you don't have your liquor. Eh? Jacob Daniels. The ball comes to pay as you go. Pay as you go to blackmailer. Blackmailer about to pay as you go onto money laundering. When he making no, he doesn't. The ball comes to Racketeer. Racketeer looks around to sometimes step child. Sometimes to desperation, to compromise. Compromise to Manipaka Domoin. Manipaka Domoin to Perfect Key. Perfect Key back to Domoin. They went to Ben Sanvi. Ben Sanvi looks around to December 30th onto January 6th. January 6th it is. By the time to negotiation onto bribery. Bribery to things for about to bribery to Liquor is moving deep ahead of the field to Henry Costa back to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Darren Zilon. Then you be trouble. There's a judgment to black man up back to Darren Zilon. They didn't move the communication when he make it. The ball comes to accountability. Accountability to the Jeremiah Wapo. Jeremiah Wapo to Steven Johnson. Onto Eloise Salif. Got it when she make it, no, she does it. The ball comes to Momo Samola. Momo Samola looks around to the Reverend Sanji Skepta. Skepta looks around to compromise. Compromise to Perfect Key. Perfect Key to Ben Sanvi. Ben Sanvi looks around to negotiation onto bribery. Bribery to things for apart onto Liquor Talk. Liquor Talk to Henry Costa. Costa back to Liquor Talk onto Oscar Cooper. Oscar Cooper back to Darren Zilon. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The point have been taken away. No, pay as you go. Pay as you go to accountability. Accountability to Yaka Koluba. Yaka Koluba to Jeremiah Wapo. Jeremiah Wapo looks around. He beats one man. He beats the second. He connects desperation. Desperation to compromise. Compromise to Ben Sanvi. Ben Sanvi to January 6th. January 6th to dialogue, to negotiation. The ball comes to bribery. Bribery to Liquor Talk. Back to Benjamin Sanvi. He's moving deep in the heart of the field. He connects the goal more than Henry Costa. He beats one. He beats the second. He's shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be trouble. Goal number 2. Goal number 2 for the COP. Goal coming from the leg of Henry Costa through an assist from Ben Sanvi. 2 goals to 0. 2 goals for the COP and nothing for Liberia. The real toy today. Two goals to COP and nothing to Liberia. Goal kick now the water to the Liberia national team. Kick have been taken by Central Bank. Central Bank on the Summit Tour. The very corrupt, the most hated man in the country. I mean, the people hate Summit Tour so much that when he went for pregnant, they pray that he should born ugly baby. And guess what? When he was delivered, she gave birth to a creature. Don't play with Liberian people. When they pray against you, you're on your own. Samuel 12 gave birth to a creature. The baby so ugly, Babu said, fine. You come to the country stealing for 12 years. You see the people are stealing from the country. You were opposite for 12 years. You come to power, you said, at what time? Your time to steal? Your time to disgrace yourself? When Samuel 12 used to fly and squeeze himself in the Tata plane there. Today he ran first class. When the plane ticket is $2,500, he spends $16,000 to $20,000 on a plane ticket. Where people can find food to eat. People can pay the children school fees. Hospitals are shutting down because there's no electricity. Medical practitioners are performing surgical procedures using the flag there from the cell phone. George Weah in 2005 said the country needed lead and water. You are the president. What are you doing to bring lead and water? You want to fly private jet? Liberia, 4.5 million people. It's not even hard set to take it to the country. Getting the basic need. Look, you got people here in America that don't even know the mayor of the city. Because you know what? They are taking care of the bread and butter issue. Man, grown man gets up in Liberia and tell you, say, you ask him what the first thing on your mind, you say, I just want to find food to eat. They can't find food to eat in Liberia. You got stupid people then, yeah, the stupidicians. Went to get the Washington DC the other day. You're asking them to cancel Henry Costa visa. When you Marco gave him a suffering, you never have people to work. That bar we did to say can't work in our name, just to buy a ticket for a way to come to America. Go call immigration now. Say Ashford gotta allow me to work in his name. Because you that wicked, you want to do it. Wicked. You have your eyeball BB that how you wicked. And it seems wicked that you and George Weah got in common. Who does that? Lying for no reason. Back to the field of play. 2 goals to the COP and nothing to the governor of Liberia. Samuel 12, the man with the ugly baby, the man with the dark color. That's $16,000 you used to buy a first class ticket. You can't use that money to take that nonsense you got on your skin. You got all kind of color on your face. Ugly get a baboon. You know what I find out, minister. You know what you're doing in the country. Got the people suffering. Go to your water to the Liberia national team. The ball comes to D-Hole cover hole. D-Hole cover hole to Borrow Initiative. When you have an information minister telling you the reason why things are like that because the D-Hole cover hole. Then someone to come by and backing up and say that borrowing initiative. How can you borrow someone without telling the person that owns the stuff? You disgrace yourself all over the international community. Nobody has respect for you. You ever wonder why investment can't come in the country? Because you are klepto, your sticky fingers, testing that does not belong to you. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to nepotism. Nepotism to abuse of power. Abuse of power to false promises. False promises to Jefferson Koji. Jefferson Koji looks around to wasteful spending, onto corruption. Corruption to Akaras Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong looks around to money laundering, onto human rights abuse, onto Bill Tuawe. Bill Tuawe to George Weah. George Weah to Joel Howard Taylor. Then I silent Joel Howard Taylor. But I'm blaming. She getting a business there. D-Ho cover hold to Sabo unit. Domestic terrorists. Domestic terrorist piece around positive for 10 minutes. The ball comes to Nathaniel McGill. Nathaniel McGill to corruption. Corruption to wasteful spending. The ball comes to Mulba Molu. Onto nepotism. To abuse of power. To human rights abuse. Human rights abuse to witch hunt. Witch hunt to murder. Murder to statutory rapists. Statutory rapists to police brutality. Onto harassment. Harassment to hypocrisy. Onto fraud. Fraud to unemployment. Unemployment to hard times. Onto boyo. Boyo to Wiabola. To stupidicians. Stupidicians to Barlock president. So Barlow will follow George Weah. Because he's stealing from Liberia. Stealing from the Liberian people. Barlow. Barlow will follow George Weah. Barlock president. Barlock president. He be so man. He comes out with timber. He back on the murder. Murder to police brutality by the Barlock president. Onto Pepperman and Chicle. Pepperman and Chicle looks around to critical thinker. Critical thinker. Yeah. George Weah on a definition of critical thinker to sleep with a friend and woman. That's it. He drinks a lot. He womanizes it. That's what he does. George Weah has complained that the presidency is too big for him. George Weah became president by mistake. I can't believe people that women pay and then will sit down and open their mouth. I can't believe women that Yombly Kanga will sit down and side with George Weah. What kind of people are these? Akawa's great, aka Opion Kikon. Opion Kikon looks around, he making no, he doesn't. The boy has been taken away now by Money Pocket Domoen. Money Pocket Domoen looks around to Reverend Sanji Skepta. Skepta back to Domoen. Domoen to Ben Sanvi. Ben Sanvi to December 30th. On to January 6th. Negotiation gets the ball to Bradbury. Bradbury to Things For Apart. Things For Apart to Likotor. Likotor sends a far downfield internal for Yomdi Kanga. No, she doesn't make it. The ball has been taken away now by Blackmailer. Blackmailer to pay as you go on to accountability. Accountability to corruption. Corruption doesn't make it. The ball has been taken away now by Yeke Koluba. Paul Yeke. And when the real men can see the mistake and apologize for the mistake. Yeke Koluba said the constant threat on his life. But the president, he had to say something. And another man I respect is Ben Sanvi. You can call Ben Sanvi all kind of names you want. But he mustered the courage and stood up to this president and said, Mr. President, what you are doing is not good for Liberia. Ben Sanvi, say all you want to say about him. But I respect it, especially yesterday. You were very mature in his delivery. And we're going to be talking to Benjamin Sanvi at the halftime. We're also going to be taking calls tonight too. 2 goals coming from the COP. All 2 goals were scored by Henry Costa. The first one was the penalty kick. The second one, he walked in the goal. George Weah said, couldn't see him. Come on, you won't waste out somebody. You can't trying to waste out somebody. All you want to do is steal. What is trying you got to waste out somebody? So Henry Costa said George Weah is too old. Henry Costa said George Weah quit to come. Henry Costa said he 37-year-old George Weah 53. Henry Costa said George Weah quit to come on people. Yeah. There is small telling you that kind of thing. He said George Weah will use all kind of enhancement thing there to make him stand up. But Henry Costa, you can't handle me, man. They're being powerful. Small pedal, but just soaking the old group a bit. Yeah, but the ball comes to Henry Costa. Henry Costa to Mo Ali. Mo Ali back to Henry Costa. The ball comes to Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon, you better straighten out Yombly Kanga. You better straighten out Yombly Kanga. Darius Dillon, they Ben Sanvi, you're straightening on that woman. You can get rid of her. You can remove her at part of her head. Because she doesn't mean well for Liberia. For her to stand and say she does not endorse this protest against the very corrupt and irresponsible president. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Yombly Kanga, you of all people, we were yet sorry for you that if you kill your husband, then the same man that were accused of killing your husband at the men's side you won't be on. Something wrong with you. 2 goals to the COP and nothing to Liberia. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to pay as you go. Pay as you go to accountability. In this day and age, 172 years old country, you don't got no credit. No credit. Every time George Weah build road, don't feed the road, he getting kicked back. He getting money in his pocket. That's why you don't understand. George Weah does not mean well for Liberia. All this guy does is steal. When he said you are not going to be spectator in your own country, he meant it. How many of you can afford to come to VIP on the football field? None. Because George Weah is giving all the contract to his Lebanese friends. That's what he's doing. Then you got stupid men that are Sam Sion who own Freedom FM. Just studying last every day. I know Sam Sion for a fact. This man back on me to call my show. In 2016 when I ran a show called Liberian Talk. claim to be a professional police officer when in reality you are a damn criminal, just like George Weah. Shame on you, Sam Sion. You got a piece of trash around you call it Freedom FM. Back to the field of play. And for people that lecture we running there to go as professional journalists, you went to London for school, for God's sake. You sat in front of George Weah because of a few dollars. You can't ask him the tough question. Lecture we running. All your assets want to do is they're drinking womanize in that damn country. You work for the state-owned radio station. When we work at the state-owned radio station, we ask Charles tough questions. That's why send some of us to jail because we are fearless in Liberia. But today you can't do it because you're in the pocket of George Weah. When George Weah in fire, you can't smell it. Very stupid, irresponsible president. That's a curse on Liberia to give up the clown as a president. Let me see you sending your dogs to go after the protester tomorrow. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Yeke Koluba. The no-nonsense Yeke Koluba. He looks around to Mo Ali. Back to Yeke Koluba. Please don't be discouraged. You started the fight from the get-go. You're almost there. You'll be shocked tomorrow. To all the naysayers, to all the evil people who are planning evil for Liberia, you'll be put to shame. At the half, you will hear your own Liberian mothers talking about the disappointment with the president. This man has destroyed the country in just under 2 years. You call yourself politicians, you call yourself members of political parties, and you are sitting down quiet. The Liberian people don't forget. You might be slow in reacting, but when they react bigly. I'm telling you. This is not fair for Liberia. This is not fair for the people of Liberia. How can you sit down and allow George Weah to do what he wishes or what he pleases at the expense of Liberia? That should be a no-no. What did Liberia do that deserve this? Liberia is paying your school, your student loan abroad. Liberia is paying your mortgages abroad. Liberia has always been on the giving end. What will Liberia receive from the people? Liberia has become the biggest popo joke. Everybody kind of slew at Liberia. And Liberia gets nothing in return. George Weah can open his mouth on the Honorable Joseph Human boycott. George Weah was reared by himself. He's not from home. No upbringing, no good training. And he always had to play the travel card. He said, because I'm from Gibraltar, so you're causing me. If I'm going to come from Charlesville or Deesville, you're not going to cause me. The country people always had to play the travel card. They gave you the country people the opportunity. Look what Liberia has turned to. You got more country people in the Senate, more country people in the House of Representatives. Your president is a country man. Liberia is like a shithole under George Weah. And these very irresponsible lawmakers, if I have my way, will vote all of you out of offices. Bunch of useless people, spawnless people. The ball comes to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Henry Costa. Henry Costa to Oscar Cooper. Cooper back to Racketeer. Racketeer back to Blackmailer. Blackmailer to Racketeer. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to Desperation. Desperation to Compromise. Compromise to Perfect Key. Perfect Key looks to the Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi looks around. He beats one man, puts it on the timber. The ball comes to Henry Costa again. He's moving deep in the heart of the field. Henry Costa beats one man. Beats the second. He beats the third. This could be trouble. Ladies and gentlemen. Goal number 3. Goal number 3 for the COP. But we're going to enjoy our skill 4 goal for Liberia. Hey, let's continue go too. That is how they begin shining. They begin time to shine. Don't envy him. Envy no human being. You should believe in what they call constructive jealousy. Don't be jealous of somebody because they're doing better than you. No, that's not how it should be. Ask questions. How can I do this? Envy no man. The other day, my clothes couldn't fit me. I was just stop talking. I said to myself, I said, you know what? Let me slow down. no alcohol, no eating rice, drink a gallon of water every day, and run 5 miles every day. In just under 3 weeks, I'm looking super now. Yes, I'm looking super. It's called constructive jealousy. When I see the Amber and then Duke then going to the gym, look at Julius and then going to the gym. Yes, then you ask question. I mean, how can I do this? Then you go and work hard at it. That's what some people do. They got visual appetite and physical appetite. Don't just eat because you see food. You must eat when you're ready, eat when you're hungry. Then, motivation plus discipline equal good health and fitness. You're gonna having motivation is one thing, but you're gonna have that discipline. Then you'll lose weight. Then you'll be fit. Right now, George Wright is obese. Sametua is obese. Nathan Magay is obese. The other one, the one steal from the Liberian people. You hear people making statements like, "Our time, it's time to steal." What's the law for country? What did Liberia do to deserve this? 3 goals to COP. 3 goals to the COP. And nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And folks, that's how we come to the end of the first half. This afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex. I know you saw some things on the feed that I didn't see. So we're going to open up the telephone line and so you can make a prediction to see what will happen in the second half. Okay? So that'll put a number in where you can call and give your prediction as to what will happen in the second half. I want to say a big thank you to the Council of Patriots for the President game they played this afternoon. 3 goals, and all 3 goals coming from the leg of the goal merger himself, Henry Costa. I'm telling you, folks, he did extremely well in putting the COP on top. And it's not enough here because you know George Wright is very skillful. He can come back and try something very crazy. So as we go to the half now, folks, we are asking you to let me see if I can pin this number here. Okay. How can I do this one? Try something here. Man. Okay. It's 313-408-8396. We'll take a few calls. Then we'll listen to our Liberian mothers. They are saying, George, we should call ECOWAS and say this thing is too big for me. I ain't able. And turn the country over. That's what I want George to do. He shouldn't argue. He shouldn't try to fight the COP. But I want you to listen very keenly to this woman, this Liberian woman. Listen to her. That said, George, we have to call ECOWAS and turn the country over. Yes, listen to her.
You were fellow angels. I'm not started that you think you got evil mind to do something you lie with all you. Because God said the children, they are his angels. And we the mothers that were bound to find food for our children and grandchildren. If the part there are working, they can't take care. Already the men there, they get money, they don't have to support children. So we the mothers and the grandmothers, we take the full responsibility of our children. So if they say no way, the crown will commit it. We say the able, they say the able. You know about my son, they wouldn't see the module, That means that we are called ECOWAS. Say my people are big, they are able.
If you don't hear the woman, so we are called ECOWAS and tell them you're not able.
Able. So my people, they will stay along, so they will have peace of mind. So their children and grandchildren will eat and move freely. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And I told you today, and when he listened, you must go ECOWAS. ECOWAS and us, we're on the same umbrella. We're under the same umbrella. Easy.
Listen to the people. You that saying that George Weah is doing well. Listen to our Liberian mothers talking. Listen to them.
Liberian people money. Then where they suffering from? Then you get Maggie, your Maggie see the hole. Because if I know the hole, Maggie see the hole. Go from million to another day. When they find million, they say yeah, Papa Joe, they are 10 million, 50 million, and see them. They are. All you know is very company. There is very what there is that company company. There is company. You can be open there. You truly always class road. There is la cassava farm. There is la cassava coming from there. All the small 2 by 4 road. You put it small iron home. There is what coming from there. The farina coming from there, the cassava coming from there. All these things there. What is something come from? You know what Oma make of that?
That means
economic benefit.
The Oma trying to say the road is not bringing benefits.
What Maggie saying the John inside? What today come for a phone no one now say the pocket broke. Every time I say you that money there, he ever say anything? He ever say anything? Say anything? I say the pocket broke. They got them say money there. How much money is there? Where they all it? Where they all it? Where they all it? Before they come and say pocket broke.
Fidel, the people know the issues. Fidel, the people know the issues.
Pocket broke, bossy. You go the plan I say you moving up. That papa thing the photo gi. That man the thing that happening. You cannot now. You not doing nothing for her. The name continue to go say you say tracking is way free down tracking.
Yo, with Jim Finney, yo, but we gotta go to the line. I will have a call on the line. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Hello, my name is Vonnie Hardy, and I call you from Connecticut.
Okay, go ahead, make your point, sir. We're listening to you.
And I also want to say hello to my Liberian people and around the world, and good morning to Liberians who are getting ready for the protest. Looking at listening to the game, Mr. Garley, I can predict that first half was interesting. The second half would be cheating, looking at the score. And I want to say that the reason I'm saying the second half would be cheating because I'm looking at the government side. I'm looking at all the excuses they have been given for the past time. So I can assume that cheating will be in the second half.
But we have the Congressman Chris Smith. We have the international community. And besides the defense that COP has, it will be very hard for these guys to score 3 goals, especially in the first where Henry Costa came out swinging with 3 goals. If you had defender that Ben Senvi, you had defender that Manipako Domoen, Eloise Salif Garley, Steven Johnson and them, Boyka Jaliba, you think the government would be able to penetrate the guy to even equalize like before you talk about cheating? You think so?
Well, what I'm looking at is like there are other people that will penetrate the game. People will start fighting on the stadium to make the game to end up in a chaos, so that the game can either be postponed or rematch. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your contribution, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the second half. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Guy.
Okay, and joining me now in my VIP studio box is the man himself, the no-nonsense defender of Mr. Benjamin Senvi. Joining us, Mr. Senvi, good afternoon, good morning, welcome to the show. Mr. Senvi, are you there?
Yeah, Mr. Garley, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
You know, I had a drink. I was drinking Gatorade. You know, that came from the field. So, yeah, I had to tell the players, you know, that number 2 goal is not easy. So
I know.
We've been strategizing. We're trying to make it 5-0. We're trying to make it 5-0. That's all.
Well,
yeah.
We have 30,000 people listening in via the internet alone, bridgeradioafrica.com. What do you say to the Liberian people, especially your critics that say you went to Liberia, you endorsed George Weah in the second round, and he gave you a piece of job, and you wanted a ministerial job. You didn't get that job, so you got angry and left the country. What do you say to those people?
Yeah. first of all, let me thank you. Let me thank you, Mr. Garley, for the show. You are doing a great service to our country. And let me also say to everybody out there, good evening, Liberia. Those in Liberia, I know it's early morning, getting ready for such a historic day. But you asked a very fascinating question, because, you know, look, I tell people all the time, when I ultimately made a decision to support President Weah in the second round, it came from two dimensions. It came from one. The first dimension was, I felt there was a need for a break from the past. The Unity Party had been in power for 12 years. Obviously, George Weah was not my first choice, because I was chairman of the Liberty Party. We had campaigned extremely hard for Bromskin to be president. The second was also it came from one of a disappointment. I was very, very disappointed as far as where, how the results that we ended up getting. And so when I ultimately made that decision, Mr. Garley, it came from the fact, and then I had some conversations with both then Senator Weah and Senator Taylor. I had a conversation with them, and making it clear to them that, look, this was not an easy decision, but me supporting you doesn't mean that I'm going to be one of those people who will just fall in line just because I have to fall in line. I've never been that kind of person. Mr. Garley, even in the Taylor years, how did I become even prominent? I became prominent when I stood in front of President Taylor face at the national conference in Liberia, and told him what I had to tell him. I told him he was doing the wrong thing, and so I've always been that kind of person who were never afraid to speak truth to power. So that's why sometimes when listen, do I regret that decision? Yes, I do. I mean, today I regret it. I wish it's something that it's one of those things where you wish you take back. But you know what? It's life. You make decisions. No one is infallible. No one is perfect. You don't take those mistakes back. What you do is that you learn from them, and then you shape your future. And for me, that's what it's about. I've come to the realization. I ran against Mr. Weah in 2014. I was one of the very few people who stood up in 2014. And I know it's a little contradiction, because at the end of the day, I stood up and I said to people that I didn't think this guy was up to the task. But you know what? The people were persistent. The people were persistent that this is what they wanted. And so if you even listen to the endorsement speech that I gave, I said it. I said the people are persistent. So who are we to stand in to stand in the way? But it is what it is. Yeah, I am today. Now, on the issue of, I know you asked the issue about, he was supposed to give me a job and I didn't get it. Look, it's no secret. After the elections, we made it clear that we were open to serving our country, but it was not specifically for a specific job. I was appointed on the board of LPRC. It wasn't. I didn't think that was a bad placement. LPRC is a major functionary of the Liberian government. But the moment that I felt that we weren't in line, that I felt that my values and my core beliefs was not what I saw happening within the government, I did all I could do from the background, though. I'll tell you, quite honestly, I did all I could do, speaking to them, reaching out to President Weah, reaching out to those who I felt that had the influence on him, but to no avail. So I honorably resigned. I decided that, you know what, I don't think this is something I can continue to do. And I started to, I went into a little hibernation, because I didn't think it would have been fair right after I resigned to just immediately jump into opposition advocacy. But I felt that this time, right now, where we are, was the right time for me to break my silence. Yeah.
Mr. Senvi, listening to your political leader today coming out on the eve of this very massive protest to question the legitimacy of the endorsement of the protest by Liberty Party, where do you stand on this?
So obviously, I'm a member of the COP. I'm an executive member of the COP. So you obviously know that I do not agree with it. Now, I have not spoken to Senator Lawrence. I spoke with Senator Dillon, who told me that there was some miscommunications in between. I still haven't gotten a clear picture of what that miscommunication is, because it's either we support the right of the people to come out, or we don't support the right of the people to come out. I'm on the side of, by virtue of the fact that I'm an executive member of the COP, I'm on the side that, look, I support the right of the people to come out. We do have our right to come out. And I thought it was disappointing, But again, like I said, I know I spoke with Dylan, and he mentioned to me that, you know, there was some clarity that was made and some clarification that was made. But listen, Mr. Garley, for me, this is how I see this. The movement that has been built in Liberia, the movement that has risen up in Liberia, is bigger than any political party. I'm not going to sit and in fact, I was one of the very few proponents in the beginning in the COP when I made it very clear I thought the political parties needed to stay in the background, because at the end of the day, you want this thing to be a people's driven movement. You want this thing to be about the people. That's why I said to even because I'm not on the ground physically, I said to my brother yesterday, I said to my fellow members of the COP, since Louise can attest to that. Tomorrow, what I want to see tomorrow, I want to see Man Boyino mounting the podium. I want to see this lady, that old man that you heard, that you just played her voice. She's probably going to be there. I want to hear her on the podium tomorrow. I don't want to hear politicians speak tomorrow. I want to hear the average people who are going through the pains, who are going through the suffering that they're going through under this administration, come out and exercise their constitutional right to be able to speak truth to power. And I think that's what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. We're looking forward to having an opportunity for the government to hear from the people. You know, today I posted on my Facebook page the Article 1 of the Constitution, a portion of Article 1 of the Constitution, you know, that states clearly that all power is inherent in the people. All power is inherent in the people. And so on the issue of the political parties, listen, I know Chairman Pay came up with a statement. Look, I'm so focused on right now. That's why I told my fellow members of the COP, let's focus on getting our people out there. Let's focus on making history tomorrow and not worry about the side attractions and the side comments, because at the end of the day, we are in crunch time. And as leaders, we must stay focused and we must move forward. Who told you Martin Luther King did not have distractions? Who told you Malcolm X did not have distractions? Who told you Mahatma Gandhi didn't have distractions? But they stay focused to their cause. Now, we're in no way comparing ourselves to those great legends of history, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's about standing for your people and doing what is right, and that's what we're focused on.
What is Henry Costa still on right now? I know the very young man, they beat him up every day. People accuse him of doing some backdoor deals, but this young man is still, I mean, he's still resolute and he's focused. He wants to see something good happen for Liberia after this president failed the people, and people are still trying to question his credibility. You speak to Costa on a daily basis. What friend of mine is he in right now?
But I tell you, quite frankly, it's amazing to see the leader and the man that he has evolved into. You know, Costa and I have a very, very unique relationship. Many people don't know how far back me and Costa go. But you know, what I do from my angle is to continue to encourage him and to let him understand that, you know, humility is the way to go. Keep focused, remain humble, understand that at the end of the day, that the people trust you and the people believe that you are a voice for them. His mindset, I know I spoke with him a couple of hours ago before he, before they kind of went down to sleep in Liberia. And I know, I just said to him, I said, look, we've done all we had to do from our end, and I think he's upbeat. I think everybody in the COP is upbeat. I'm trying to send text messages to all of them this evening so that when they wake up in the morning, they see, that even though some of us are not there physically, that we are with them in spirit. I do this where I construct these inspirational text messages to all of them, because this is not an easy feat. This is not an easy task. We're going against power, and power don't cede easily. Power don't cede easily. We're going against a president who is intransigent. We're going against a president who has decided that he's going to dig in. We're going against a president who is living in a bubble. He's detached from reality. So it's almost like I'm beginning to get sorry. I'm beginning to start being sorry for the man, because every time I listen to my friend, that's not the George Weah that I know. It's not the man that I had a conversation with. And I'm looking and I'm like, wow, is this what power does? Is this what, when people just come around you and they tell you? But in as much as I'm saying this, I do not divulge the blame from him, because in the end, he's the leader. The buck stops with him. One of my favorite things I've heard in the past, I heard President Obama say this. He said, there are 300+ million people in the United States of America. Being the president means that the only decisions you get to make is the decision that nobody else in the country can make. So meaning the decisions that come on your desk is the one that everybody now try to solve and they can't solve, and that's why it's to you. So in the end, the buck stops with you. The buck stops at your desk. So that's why I don't blame McGill. I don't blame Twer. I don't blame any of these people, because you know what? The Liberian people did not go vote for these people. They voted for Mr. Weah, and that's why Mr. Weah has to live up to the responsibility, to the commitment that he made to everyone. You know, whether seditious or non-seditious, those who supported him or those who didn't support him. And that's the reason why I'm speaking up. You know, I told somebody the other day, and I heard you saying it earlier, you know, it's not about perfection. We're never going to find a perfect leader. We're never going to find a perfect leader. We're not perfect as human beings. We wake up every morning, we're flawed, and we keep working towards striving for perfection. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, right? But what I do know that I have is that I love my country, and that at the end of the day, I will continue to speak up, and I will, you know, and I will do what I have to do. I will play my role so that at the end of the day, I can sleep sound at night. I can sleep with my conscience clear to say, you know what, Ben, you did your part. You ran your relay race and you've passed the baton on to the next person. That's what matters. So Costa, I think they're all in good spirits. Dylan is in good spirit. Costa is, Yeke is, all of them, I think they're excited. They're all excited and looking forward to making history tomorrow.
You talk about Mambo, you know, and you talk about a woman down there that has 6 children and can afford to send her children to school. A grown man gets up in Liberia, the first thing he thinks about is to find food to eat. The people say, sending both people giving us hard time. Let us just put it board there. Since he played for Liberia before, we think he loves the country. At the end of the day, yeah, these people are saying, especially the man body now, saying George Weah should call ECOWAS and turn the country on because the thing here is too big for him. Where do you stand on this?
Listen, I'll be quite honest with you. It is in the right of everybody to believe, to say what that's why even the issue of the Weah step down, people were saying it was unconstitutional. I was not one of those people I was one of the people who stated clearly that the president cannot leave, he should quit. If he cannot leave, he should quit. The president says it's not his inheritance. The president says it's not his inheritance. His father did not leave the presidency with his name on it and say, when my son becomes 51 years old, you're going to give him the presidency. No. Any president who doesn't have the ability to lead should do the honorable thing. It's just like it's like in any job you're doing, Ashford. If the day you get to the point where you decide that you can run Bridge Radio, Bridge Incorporated, the day you get to that point that you feel within yourself that you don't have the capacity, you don't have the mental mindset, the mental stability to be able to run your entity, are you going to keep doing it because you just want to have a title to say I'm the head of Bridge Incorporated? No. You are going to step aside. And so that's why I don't buy into that thing, all that noise everybody was making about, it's unconstitutional. What is unconstitutional about asking for your president? There's same people who get in the confidence to say he should step in. There's same people who are saying now, there's some people who believe that, you know what, he's proving his level of incompetence. And that is where we are. So I do understand where these people are coming from. When I listened to the Moba Molu tapes, you know what ran through my mind? What ran through my mind was, I was like, I feel for these guys. You know why I feel for them? It's because I know how hard they work. I know how they suffer. I know what they went through just for them to come to where they are today and to see the guy that they believed in so much. Forget me. I went there 2 weeks before the runoff. I endorsed Weah 2 weeks before the runoff. What about them who was in the struggle with him for the last 12 years? Imagine how they're feeling. If I'm so disappointed, just think about what they're feeling. And those were the words that came out of Molu's mouth that many people are not taking into consideration, you know? So when you talk about Mambo, you know, when you talk about a man Kula, when you talk about the average woman, when you talk about the kid who was printing his own t-shirt, when you talk about the people who were marching from West Point to the party headquarters, who were jogging around Monrovia with George Weah everywhere he went, how do you think those people are feeling? When all they see is their president, this wealth grab, the acquisition of wealth, breaking down his home, building condominiums, flying private jet, you know, using the treasury as his piggy bank. All of these things, these are not what the people signed up for. And that's why that's why I've said, and I will continue to say, President Weah needs to understand he's governing a country in the 21st century. The things that flew, the thing that was flying in the 70s or in the 60s or in the 50s, you know, those things don't fly anymore. We live in a global village today, Ashford. You're sitting down in your studio way, thousands of miles away. There are people listening to you in Monrovia tonight. These are not things that were happening 20, 30, 40 years ago. you know. So he has to understand the moment in time in which he stands. And if he doesn't get it quickly, it may just be too late. It may just be too late. And that's why in my message to him, I made it clear to him. Don't mind all these things you see happening. All these people, the international people, the other people, at the end of the day, they never side with dictators. They stand on the side of history. They stand on the side of the people, Ashford. And that is what is important. Governing a country is a complicated, but it's a strategic thing that you can do. This is not a guessing game. It's about putting the right people around you. I've asked my friend to build a network of truth tellers around him. As for everybody who can't tell you what you want here. Even you today, you become president, you will have people who will come and they will be singing everything. They think they will believe in your mind that they believe you want to hear. But I'm pretty sure you want to have a group of people who that will not even call you Mr. President, that will look at you and tell you, say, my man, that one you're doing is not correct. You know, what the problem is in Liberia is Mr. Weah has created an environment around me. And trust me, I'm speaking because I know I've seen this firsthand. I've seen this firsthand around the man. You know, everybody is so afraid to say what they think is the right thing. Everybody is so scared to alert the president. Do you know how many calls that I got? Do you know how many calls that I got when people watch my video? Close people to Georgia, people in the government who said to me, hey Ben, you know, my man, we know, and so. And I told them, I said, y'all go and talk to him. This is not about me. This is not about me. This is about the person, those people that voted for him. Those thousands of people who, when you look in their eyes, you saw desperation, but yet you saw hope. Because you know what? They finally thought that one of us is there now. And so he understands what we've been going through. So he's not going to let us down. You know, so it's not about the games of politics. This is about bread and butter issue. This is about feeding our people and getting our people up and running. And that's what President Weah has to step up and do what he has to do before it becomes too late for him.
Well, through you, I want to commend the COP. You came out in June, you know, very professional fashion. I'm talking about people of all faiths. The Muslim, the Christian, the non-believer, they were all there in a very professional way. There was no trouble. I mean, it was beautiful. And we saw the statement today that came from the Justice Ministry saying they're going to hold you responsible in case something erupts. And I'm convinced that the protest will be peaceful unless provoked. Where do you stand?
I believe the same thing, my brother. I believe the same thing. Let's look back in our country's history. Every protest or every peaceful assembly of our people. Look, how do people believe that ordinary people will come in the street with just the mindset that they're coming to destroy things or they're coming to cause trouble? It's always being provoked by the establishment. Look at what happened in 1979. It was the police director. I wasn't born. I was born 1981. But when you read history, you see that from what I understand, what the police director, what's his name? I think it's a Dempster or somebody who shot into the crowd, right? So June 7 broke. And I think, and let me tell you, Mr. Garley, I believe one of the reasons the government is so afraid is because June 7 broke a myth in Liberia. It broke a myth in Liberia political history that because all along in Liberia political history, everybody has attached a protest with war. Everybody attached protest with destruction. Everybody attached protest with looting. Or the people will come up, the people will start causing trouble. So what June 7 was, it broke that myth. It shattered that glass ceiling. And the people were so excited. Did you see the picture, Mr. Garley, of when the Muslims wanted to pray? And the people formed a ring around the Muslim brothers. And those Muslim brothers went ahead and prayed on June 7th. Did you see the beautiful pictures of women holding their babies, of men holding their wives? Did you see that picture? That's why the government is so afraid, because they understand that without fanning the flames of war or beating the drums of war, people will come out in their tens and thousands, right? And they will stand peacefully and they will protest and they will stand up and they will stand up for what is right. And they will petition their government, which is an inherent right enshrined in our Constitution. That's why they're so afraid. So my message, and I said it the other day, my message to the president is to let sleeping dogs lie. Look, if our president George Weah, I will go and meet the protesters. If our president George Weah, I will encourage the people to come out. I will listen to them. I will call them. I will have a conversation with them. This is not about being weak or about showing strength. You don't show strength by pumping your chest or beating your chest or insulting your people. That's not what you do. You show strength by being humble. You show strength by being a leader who the people can feel that, you know what, even though things are difficult, we have a leader who understands. We have a leader who listens. That is what leadership with compassion is about. And until Mr. Weah understands the country he's governing, no, Liberia is never going to be the same. Liberia is never going to be the same. You're dealing with a generation of leaders who were no longer coward. We will no longer crawl up under our beds and be afraid. You're dealing with Ashford Garley who will play the political football game. This is the country you are dealing with. You know, it's like when you go into war, Mr. Garley, you have to adapt. You have to study your battlefield. You have to understand what your enemies are, what capacity they have to be able to combat your enemy. It's the same thing with governing. You got to understand the country you are governing to be able to govern successfully. And I think that's where Mr. President is failing.
Well, we're not alone. The vast majority of Liberian people are counting on the COP. When Henry Costa arrived in Liberia a little over a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, you could see in the faces of the people that our hope has finally come. And now, what do you then say to people who are under the sound of our voices now, getting ready to prepare themselves to get in the streets? There are people in the 15 political subdivisions. They won't be able to come to Monrovia, most of them. But on December 30th, they stay at home. And it was one of the best protests ever. What do you then say to them?
Well, listen, I would say history do not, Mr. Garley, history never remembers those who stay quiet in the midst of tyranny or in the midst of injustice. History never remembers those people. Let's be honest. So, look, like I said, you don't have to be physically there. But if you are in Liberia, if you wake up in the morning, if you get up and you know that when you look left or you look right, and your kids don't have food to eat, you know that something is wrong. You know that something is wrong, Mr. Garley, because it's not that we anticipated that manna was going to fall from the sky or that all of our problems was going to evaporate. No, that's not what we anticipated. But we anticipated truth telling. We anticipated a president and a government that was going to be sensitive to the plight of the people. We anticipated a president who understands because he comes from where those majority of our people are from. Because he suffered, because he tells his story better than anybody else. And that's why it's fascinating. That's why it's so fascinating to see where we are today, to see where the country is today. Look, I can go on and name the missteps, and I can go on and name the excesses, but that's not what this conversation is about tonight. This conversation is about looking forward. I am hoping for my country's sake that President Weah wakes up, because I really believe that he's sleeping right now. I really believe that he doesn't understand that he is president of the Republic of Liberia. I think he thinks he's still president of CDC, or he's still standard bearer of CDC. And even with that, he's still not doing a good job, because even CDCians are not happy. Let us be honest. So my message to those people is that you have an opportunity to make history. And this is not about Henry Costa. Look, I tell my brother Henry this every single time we talk. Don't get carried away. Do not get carried away by the crowd, by the praises, by them calling you hero. Remember, Mr. Garley, 2.5 years ago, these people were calling. Remember, let's not forget. These people were calling George Weah hero. These very people who are protesting today were calling George Weah hero. So I remind my brother every day, remain humble, keep your eye on the ball, how you manage it, the things that you do, the things that you say will go a long way in determining the lifespan of how people will remember you and see you kindly and gratefully. So this is not about an individual. And that is the message that I want to send to the political parties, to the political leaders, because I know people are calculating politically. Oh, maybe this boy is getting too powerful. Maybe this COP is getting too powerful. Maybe these guys are planning something. But guess what? If you stand up for your people, if you come out, if you speak for them, there will be no reason why you will be afraid. It's either if you're trying to play politics, then you will have to think politically. But people are thinking with their stomachs right now. If you can't go and tell a Liberty partisan who can feed his family. You can't go and tell a Unity partisan who their children can go to school. You can't go and tell them that, oh, you'll stay home and you'll sit down and everything is going to be okay. Are you kidding me? That's not going to work. That is not going to work, Mr. Garley. And so I have said consistently that at the end of the day, this is a people's driven movement. And that no one, this movement is bigger than everybody. It's bigger than Ben, it's bigger than Henry, it's bigger than Louise, it's bigger than every single person on the Koluba, all of them. It's bigger than us. But at the end of the day, this is about the people. And just something I always like to say. You know, I told my friend President, we are something on the day of our endorsement. When we got to his headquarters, I said to him, power, a friend of mine told me this, that power is only power when you don't have it. Listen to what I'm saying, Mr. Garley. Power is only power when you don't have it. Power is like a car. You know how you for our diaspora folks here. You know how you go to the car dealership to purchase a car. Even if you're going to go purchase a brand new Mercedes-Benz that is cost $100,000, the moment you sit in that car, Mr. Garley, and put the key in the ignition and start it and drive 1 mile from the dealership to the traffic light, do you know what happens to that car, right? That car starts to depreciate. But remember, what makes that car hold its value over time is how you service it, is how often you change the oil, is how clean you keep it. Is if you decide that you're going to throw trash in your car, you're not going to service it, you're not going to change the oil every 15,000 miles or 5,000 miles. In the end, the car is going to break down, no matter how old or new the car is. That's why you have some cars that are antique. Some antique cars are more expensive than some brand new cars. It's the same thing with power, Mr. Garley. It's the same thing with power. It's how you maintain it. It's how you deal with your people. It's how you communicate with your people. Communication is a key component of leadership. And this president just don't understand. Nobody said everybody has accepted that Joe Weah don't speak perfect English. Perfect. He doesn't speak not the most eloquent Liberian president. Everybody has accepted that. So why don't you communicate with your people? Tell them that things are tough, but you're working on it. Tell them that things are not happy, things are not okay, but you're working on it. That you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But if you don't talk to the people, all the people see is the excesses. All the people see is the wrongs. All the people see, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to revolt. They're going to stand up. They're going to stand up and they're going to say to you that you're not seeking their interest. And that's what this is about, Mr. Garley.
Okay, Lone Star is down 3-0. All 3 goals came from the leg of Henry Costa. What is your prediction in the second half, going into the second half?
But I told you, you pour me right now. There's a session going on. The coach is going on. Assistant coach Louise Garley is also, she just sent me a message and saying I need to hurry up and get back into the locker room. I'm predicting 5-0. I'm predicting 5-0. I know me and Costa playing that goal or that assist, that I gave, because I specifically told him that he should walk in the pool. I'm predicting 5-0, Mr. Garley. I'm predicting 5-0, but I want to get back. I want to go. I got to go tie my boots, put my shinga on, and put my new jersey on, so that we can start. This thing and defeat these guys.
The platform is always yours, my brother. Feel free to come back anytime. It was nice having you on tonight.
Thank you, and it's always a pleasure. You know how high of esteem that I hold you. Right. Thank you, and good night to everybody. Looking forward to the next half of the game, and we're going to be there cheering. Okay. All right, thank you.
That's the voice of Ben Sanby making his presence known tonight on Ashford Garley Live through the Bridge Radio. We have a 609 number, 377-60 84. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Oh, brother Garley, this is James Russell. How you doing, brother?
Good. Too blessed to be stressed. What is on your mind? 2 minutes, please. We got to go back to the field of play.
Okay, quickly. I just want to give my opinion on Mr. Pay press conference he gave today. By distancing himself from the protest that's coming up. You know, Mr. Pay is not just a member of the Unity Party. He is a chairman. And not only a chairman, even with the COP, you have to listen there. But for you to come in the last minute and say he will not be a part of it, so I myself go, wait a minute. How can that man come to the last minute and say they're going to be insane and to not protest? They went to their comfort zone and then they plan it, or he just came to say, he just came on the air to say unilaterally. I think he did it by himself. So I think the way I look at it here, I look at it against more money. So, Mr. Garley, look at Rupert Nubel. They were looking at him suspiciously the last time. They said the man, when he comes to the meeting, will always bring quarter. At the end of the day, they caught him red-handed. What happened? They tell him. So for Mr. Pay to come on today and speak on behalf of the Unity Party, and I don't think it was something that was planned in their meeting. It was something that he did because I feel that they gave him some money. He's very frank. So Mr. Woman Pay, the way I look at it now with the COP, I don't think they will give him any kind of, they will not trust him anymore because what he did today. And one of the things that I can't that remark. Why I expect the COP or the Unity Party member to do this?
And Raptor, the thing is very scary. And besides, Woman Pay is part of the COP. He's in the very same chat room. He comes out and says this kind of thing. It's very scary. Like you said, people can't trust you like that. I don't think Henry Costa will ever trust Woman Pay again.
Exactly. So they asked him, but wait a minute. So you must tell me, the Party come and say, okay, they told the men talk today, we are going to debunk it because we are not, it's not unilateral. I mean, it's unilateral. It's not, unanimous. We did not plan it. We did not talk about it. He just came on the air and just say because he wants to get more money from the government.
Thank you, Mr. Rato. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the half.
Go ahead to COP. Let them go ahead and have their protest. But nobody came out.
Thank you.
And the youth win, they are auxiliary win of the Unity Party.
Thank you, sir.
So the way I look at it, it looks like Rupert Nubel and Woman Pay, the guy look communication.
Thank you, Mr. Rato. Thank you. We need to go back on the field of play. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. All right?
Yeah, so all right, thanks.
All right. We got a 484 number, 809-8027. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Thank you, Mr. Pay. This is Kwame Sufana. I'm calling from Arlington, Pennsylvania.
Welcome to the show, my brother. You saw Lone Star were crushed in the first half, 3-0. All 3 goals coming from the leg for Henry Costa. What do you make of the first half? And what is on your mind?
Thank you very much. I just want to share a piece of advice to the fellow Liberian. I don't think I'm going to be one of your choice tonight because I'm just an average Liberian.
Okay.
And the welfare of the Liberian people, including myself.
Yes, sir.
The problems in Liberia is not a precedent. I had a lot of problems with George Weah government, but it is a mindset. The mindset since the creations of Liberia as a nation been existing. You look at Liberia for the 7 square mile. For the 7 square mile, Liberia has everything a nation should have. At one point, Liberia was providing up to 15% of the war-needed material, the iron ore. When there was a competition for industrialization between Europe and Asia, Asia and America, America and Russia, Liberia was providing 15% of the material. But you go to Liberia, if you take a private school out of Liberia educational sectors, Liberian government has nothing to show. If you take private hospital, the Lanco, the Metale in Ganta, the Phoebe, the Firestone, the LMC in Bomi Hill, Liberian government has nothing to show. So that tells you the mindset of the people. So all of these things happen in Liberia. Then the native people, born soldier, took over in 1980. Everybody know they was prepared because they already know what existed in the country. They became one of the most corrupt government on the face of the earth. That's why they know the problem. All right? And then come 1990. The war was not condemned by any Liberian. The record is not there. No prominent Liberian, from Amos Sawyer down. And there is no articles in Liberia that can tell you there was any demonstrations against the war. It's not there. What I tell you, the features of the nation. All right? Despite the barbarism behavior of the war was not condemned. All right? The barbarism nature was not condemned. And then come 2004, one of the war more renowned personality, not only for Liberia, Ellie Johnson Sirleaf, former finance minister of Liberia, former president of African Development Bank, assistant director of UNDP for Africa and Asia, Middle East Affairs, and many other positions. She could not take Liberia out of Monrovia. What that tell you of the features of the nations?
You got 60 seconds, please.
So basically, what I'm telling the Liberian people, they need to carry on some awareness. They need to revamp the Liberian education sectors so that Liberia can benefit from some level of knowledge they were able to defend themselves from what is going on in Liberia. Otherwise, the demonstration may go on, is their right, it's part of their inalienable right, but I don't think it's going to result into anything good. So that's what I wanted to contribute to now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the game and have a good night.
Thank you.
All right. 508 number 763-7149. Tell us the name and where you call from.
Hey, Daniel. This is Darling. Where we're calling from Boston.
Hey, darling. Welcome to the show, my brother. What's on your mind?
Thank you. What is on my mind this evening is that I want to make a prediction about the game.
Okay, speak up.
I really don't see a clear.
You go in and out. Speak up, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I really don't see a clear winner coming out of the game. I only see losers, which are the Liberian people. The ordinary, suffering, downtrodden Liberian people are the losers in the game. Everybody else, John Weir and his cronies and everybody, they are winning, and the ordinary Liberian people are suffering at the bottom of the line. So this problem that is ongoing in our country is very unfortunate and is very deep. And the only reason why these things continue to happen is because the laws that are on the books are not meant, go into practice. People are not following the laws. The laws are not, taking codes. People do things that go impunity. So after this whole protest tomorrow, day after how long it goes on, I don't see anything concrete coming out of that protest. Because John Weir doesn't seem to believe that he has done anything wrong. He doesn't believe that the country is going in the wrong direction because he has food to eat, he flies private jets, he has a lot of money to spend that he never had before. So he doesn't see anything wrong with the country. So this protest is not going to go anywhere. People are just hurling their head. People just trying. But like I tell you, this protest is not going to change anything. John Weir thinks he's right. John Weir, he got a very low IQ. He's not an intelligent person. He doesn't reason well. He's not even street smart. Let's forget about education. So the problem with Liberia is an acute and serious problem. The problem, only God can save us out of the problem. Because if you have a president who thinks that nothing is going on, everything is right. You listen to the interview you had with a legend reader the other day. The guy in Liberia is on the right trajectory. The economy is doing fine. He look at him from his little eyes for the fact that he has money to spend, and everybody else back there suffering. Kids are not in schools are shutting down because they don't have students. He doesn't care about those. So the protest tomorrow is not going to change anything, absolutely nothing.
Thank you.
So, like my prediction, there is no winner, only losers, which are the Liberian people. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Wildwood. We're going to take one more call and then go back to the field of play as we bring you the second and final portion of the game tonight. Hello, it's a 978 number. Tell us the name and where you call from.
Yes, this is Isaac, calling live on the field.
Okay, go ahead. We're listening to you. What is on your mind?
Yes, my prediction is the COP is going to win.
Okay.
Okay. And the COP should be leading even 5-0 by now. Because you saw the border being 73. I mean, because I saw him stop cross. And then Cindy pass the ball. You know?
Yeah.
And this guy, Lekoto, he was in line with Henry P. Costa. And then who Henry P. Costa is supposed to have been penalty ball. They say Allah. And then the referee and the two linesmen, which the international community, the European Union, and the FWA. You see? So they're trying to cheat. But we didn't agree. So we call the congressman to bring the VAR machine. Right now, you see that where the 3 goals came from. So we're going to win them.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get it. C'est bon. C'est bon. Let's get it. Ça bouge. Ça bouge. Let's get it.
And those are, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second and final portion of the game tonight. Between the Liberia national team and, of course, the Council of Patriots. 3 goals to 0. In favor of the Council of Patriots, and nothing for Liberia. All 3 goals were coming. Came from Henry Costa. Through an assist from Ben Sanvin. And pay as you go. One of the goals was a penalty kick when Henry Costa was brought down in the 18-yard box by George Weah. Remember George Weah said if you're not in the airman as a president, you're going to get Henry Costa on carry street and they'll put him 3 times and let him go. But why Henry Costa said I think they're coming to pass? He said he would get George Weah government career. So you know that he already in line now to get George Weah government career. And the COP is up 3 goals to 0 against the very powerful Liberia national team. And shortly, folks, gonna give you the lineups for both teams. And let us visit VIP for a minute and see who's in VIP tonight. And folks, I'm telling you, Liberians are here in the number of 40,000 spectators. People from Grand Gita, people from Lupa County, they all here at the SKD Sports Complex tonight. Oh man, Rufus Wilson is also here. And I also see I think we're having problem on gate 14. We see Ms. Yasini watching the game from gate 14. I think she saw something that we didn't see. Yeah, hello and welcome to the show.
Brother Ashford, thank you. I love this different accent of advocacy. I love this game. I think it's a great hit. So let me just say that Ashford Garley actually passed the ball on to his beautiful wife, Eloise Garley, and I think they have a touchdown.
Okay.
I don't know if they do touchdown in Liberia.
You can't do touchdown, you can score goal.
Okay, so they score goal. I was so wrong. So they just actually score goal. This is a big one. I mean, but this is a winning game in place. So let me just say that. But here's what I'm going to say. I said tomorrow the people's win. Okay, the Liberian people are going to win tomorrow. Because the whole essence of calling them out, the COP, the Liberian people, this protest is about the Liberian people. And this protest is again about the Liberian people. Yes, COP is raising the banner and bringing awareness. And to all of the advocates out there who have since before even reacting to power and we are being power, continue to bring awareness. The gentleman I just left, we need to interview him. We need to understand our history as Liberian because this youth does not. To educate them so they know their rights and responsibility. The best citizen that will hit score a goal is the one who understands his or her rights and responsibility as a citizen to be able to make concrete decisions. So I think tomorrow the Liberian people will score big time. They will win this. Even, you see, protest does not mean the whole world got to come out. I've seen one man pin himself in St. Peter's Square in Russia to protest against the ills of the country. If 5 people show up tomorrow, and I'm sure there is still good men and women. There are still good men and women, strong men and women in Liberia. So Liberia, let me tell you something. The road to freedom is not free. And it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the pessimists. It's for people. President Obama said the future rewards those who press on. And there are no luck in life, but preparation means opportunity. Here is your opportunity to be heard. The international world is listening. The world is on his ears. And let me add to Ben's voice what he just said. This is not 1980. This is 2020. There is a switch, what do you call it? A shift in the thinking process due to technology. The world today is a good. The houses have ears. So whatever you do, wherever you say, we can hear it. Let me send this message strong to President Weah, because President Weah will be listening, or people are listening. But Ashford, Weah, you talk.
This is one of his favorite shows. I mean, the fact that he plays soccer, he loves the show. You know, so he's listening. Yeah.
So President Weah knows me. He called me when he was running campaign. They called me when he was running campaign in my country with Prince Johnson. He watches my show, so he knows who I am. He called Prince Johnson and most of his people meeting when I went to Washington. President Weah, I will be going back to Washington with my team again. Let me say this to you. You took off to protect the Liberian people, to uphold the Constitution. The Constitution is the people. It is their right. Tomorrow, your job is to protect them. That's Article 11C. Go look it up. It says you will protect every citizen in Liberia. The hair on Hemerico Star here should not be touched. From the Hemerico Star to the smaller child in the street, they should all be protected. It is their right to assemble to be heard. Brother Ashford, let me go. Tomorrow, the Liberian people will win, and that Donald Trump, in my Donald Trump voice, they will say they will win bigly. They will score bigly tomorrow.
Thank you.
Let them go and let them be strong. Thank you so much, bro, for what you do. This is a touchdown. This is a goal for you.
Good. Thank you. Okay, that's y'all sending from Gate 14, making her presence known tonight on the program. Folks, we're getting ready for the game now, but just one more caller before we leave. 267-361-9155. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Hello?
Tell us your name and where you call from, sir.
Hello, my name is Christopher Lamy Taylor.
Okay, go ahead, make your point. You got 1 minute, sir. We got to go back to the field of play.
Yeah, the problem in Liberia is the culture of impunity. I'm one of them that just came from Liberia. I've been here about 2 months. What is going on in Liberia?
Do not listen to your receiver. Listen to the microphone. Listen to me. Do not listen to your receiver.
Okay. Just how I say, you know, I'm one of them that just took off from Liberia and came to the States. And
okay, let us go back to the field. And folks, I'm telling you quickly, I want to run through the lineups for both teams. The officials. Landsman number 1 is the Senate. Landsman number 2, House of Representatives. The Supreme Court of Liberia is the chief referee. And of course, the match commissioner is Congressman Chris Smith. Stop calling now, folks. The game has come to a very crucial stage now. Liquor talk is on the field for COP. Things fall apart. Bribery, negotiation, dialogue. January 6th, January 4th, December 30th. Greed, Prophet Key, Ben Senvi, compromise, desperation, Sunshine Stepchild, the Reverend Senji Skepter, Racketeer, Yombly Conga, Oscar Cooper, Henry Costa, Mo Ali, Darius DeLong, Sandro Johnson, aka Iso. We also have Pay As You Go, then we have Black Miller. Accountability, communication, Obed, Yeke Koluba, Jeremiah Wapo, Eloise Salif Garley, Steven Johnson II, Momo Samula, Worker Jaliba, Manipaka Domoen. Oh man. For the national team, folks, drugs abuse, prostitution, sexually transmitted disease, alcoholism, womanizer, critical thinker. I take note. Pepperman Chicle, dictatorship, biological president, stupidicians, Ebola, Boyo, hard time, unemployment, fraud, hypocrisy, harassment, police brutality, statutory rapist, murder, witch hunt, nepotism, abuse of power, false promises. Molba Molu, aka Cheche Pule, aka Liquor Talk, Jefferson Koji, 17 Continent, aka Mr. Blanc, wasteful spending, corruption, Akaras Gray, aka Opion King Kong, selective justice, human rights abuse, money laundering. Bill Twawick, George Weir, Joy Howard Taylor, Big Hole Cover Hole, Boring Initiative. Oh man. Sabu Unit, aka Domestic Terrorists, Eugene Namwe, Natana McGill, Musa Den, Samuel and Central Bank. The ball is not in the middle of the field, folks. I'm telling you. Joshua is on the board. And Joshua seems to be very frustrated this afternoon. I don't know what's going on in his mind. Joshua appears to be drunk. He's missing his step. That it means he wants to slap somebody off. He can't even stand go. He drinks, he womanizes, because he feels he owns the country. The kick has been taken off. Joshua sends the ball down to D-Ho Cover Hole. D-Ho Cover Hole to Joy Howard Taylor. The ball comes to Bill Twawick. Bill Twawick beats someone, puts over the teammate. The ball comes to money laundering onto human rights abuse. Human rights abuse to selective justice. Selective justice to Sabu Unit, aka Domestic Terrorists. Sabu Unit to Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong looks around. He sends a fire down for internal corruption. Corruption doesn't make it. The ball comes to wasteful spending. The ball has quickly been taken away now by Henry Costa. Henry Costa connects Mo Ali. Mo Ali by the Costa. Costa to Monica Domoin. Monica Domoin back to Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi looks around to Eloise Salif Garley. Back to Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi to Stephen Johnson. On to Boyka Jadiba. Boyka Jadiba looks around to Monica Domoin. To Momo Samula onto Prophet Key. Prophet Key, piece of man, piece of second, piece of third, man. He cannot bench 7. He's moving deep in the head of the field. Oh, man. The ball comes back to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Monipaka Domoen. Monipaka Domoen looks around to Sandra Johnson onto Monipaka Domoen. The ball comes to Black Miller. Black Miller to, oh, man, Racketeer. Racketeer to Reverend Sam G. Scepter. She moving deep in the heart of the field. That no-nonsense woman. She beats one man, beats the second. She moving deep in the heart. Will she make it? Ladies and gentlemen, this could be trouble. To Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Ben Senvi. Back to Henry Costa. Henry Costa moving back to Reverend Scepter to pay as you go. The ball comes to accountability. Accountability to communication. Communication to Yeke Koluba. He's moving deep in the heart of the field. Yeke Koluba to Prophet Key. Prophet Key back to Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi to Yeke Koluba. He's moving. Ladies and gentlemen, goal number 4 for the COP. Goal number 4 for the COP. Goal coming from the leg of Yeke Koluba through an assist from Ben Senvi. 4 goals to nothing. He painted them to Nedo spell Labro. And Labro needs to be spelled so that we can send a true message to George Weir and a bunch of criminals. 4 goals to nothing. The Samuel Kanye Sports Complex with over 40,000 people in attendance. I'm telling you. George Weir got so a Lemony friend in VIP. When George Weir said that you will not be spectators in your own country, he meant he rather meant what he was saying. How many people can afford to go to the SKD Sports Complex? People can't find food to eat. Moment they're all wearing iron jacket. 4 goals to 0. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to prostitution. Prostitution looks around to drugs abuse. Drugs abuse to sexually transmitted disease. The ball comes to womanizer. Womanizer to critical thinker. George Weir said he thinks critically. And the only thing that because he feels that he's the only person that Johnson can shake. He's the only person that can function from the waist. Why he say he's a critical thinker. He say he's not a person of the talk, a person of action. By action, he means he will sleep with the official wives and impregnate them. The one he president for. The man gets drunk and sleep with women. But Henry Costa said, John, we are going to come. The 37-year-old boy against the 53-year-old man. It's not easy tonight. The ball comes to dictatorship. Dictatorship to biological president. Biological president to stupidicians. Stupidicians to Weabola back to Boyo. Boyo to Hata. Hata is moving deep in out of the field. The ball comes to fraud. Fraud to unemployment. Unemployment is moving deep in out of the field. The ball comes to murder. Murder peace from to witch hunt. Witch hunt to tribalism. Tribalism to abuse of power. Onto false promises. False promises to Jefferson Koji. The ball comes to waste for spending. The threat is broken. The ball has been taken away by Ben Sanvi. Ben Sanvi looks around to Henry Costa. Costa to compromise. And you know the COP ain't trying to start trouble. Mr. President, do A, B, and C. We can call the protesters if we want. But George White is always drunk. So you may got time to listen. But the COP is sending a serious message. People are camping. People in all 15 counties are ready for the protest. The most powerful protest ever in the history of Liberia. People are up right now. I'm telling you, folks. The ball comes to communication, onto accountability. To pay as you go. 172 years old. We still doing pay as you go. Liberia can't even get cell phone in the name now. Because George, we have destroyed the country. Destroy the country for your own selfish gain. Just few people. You fly a private jet, break down your old home, and rebuild them. Bunch of condominiums at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people. Nobody hates you, George Weah. But the country comes first. Put your country first. All your friends, they won't be better with you. All your West African partners, they see you as a criminal, man who does not love his country. People come to your inauguration, the same day after 2 hours, they pack the things and leave the country. Why should they be there? Because you are a criminal, you are a thief. You don't love Liberia. You don't love the people of Liberia. It's all about yourself. Why should you be wearing $15,000 pair of shoes in this day and age? Hospitals shutting down. No electricity. No safe drinking water. Look at other countries around you. Are you not ashamed about yourself? George Weah? 2 years in power, we can't get one investment to come into the country? Have you ever sat down to think about this, George Weah? People bought their own t-shirts to support you. Now people are paying their own way to come meet Henry Costa, the smaller ball. Then general politician in the country there. Something they ain't got balls to do. This little ball stood up and said, I will do this. For you to put hands around the ball, then you're passing on with your jealous self. Everybody wants to be known. Sorry for my country. The ball comes to desperation. Desperation looks around to Sunshine Stepchild. Sunshine Stepchild to Racketeer. Racketeer to Mo Ali. Mo Ali beats some and puts it for the team. The ball comes to accountability. Accountability to pay as you go. Pay as you go to Jeremiah Wapo. Jeremiah Wapo to Eloise Alif Garley. Onto Yeke Koluba. Yeke Koluba back to Obey onto communication to accountability. Accountability to Sunshine Stepchild. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. He sent back to Ben Sanvi. He's moving deep in out of the field. The ball comes to dialogue. Dialogue to negotiation. Onto Lekoto. Lekoto to things for a part. Back to Lekoto. The ball comes to January 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be trouble. The ball comes to Henry Costa. Henry Costa to Oscar Cooper, back to Mo Ali, to Darius DeLong. He's moving deep in the head of the field. Darius DeLong to Ben Sanvi, back to DeLong. DeLong to Prophet Key. Prophet Key to pay as you go. Well, he making the he does it. The ball comes to communication, back to Darius DeLong. The skinny man. Oh my God, he's moving deep in the head of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be trouble. Goal number 5 for the COP. Beautiful goal by Darius DeLong. True and assist. Now pay as you go. 5 goals to nothing. Oh man. Okay, not easy to do. 5 goals to Liberia, to COP and nothing. Nothing to Liberia. The first 3 goals coming from the like of Henry Costa. The 4th goal came from Yeka Koluba, and the 5th goal came from Darius DeLong, through an assist from pay as you go. Josh Weah is in a little huddle. He's in a little conversation there with now George, I can't trust anybody now. I don't know what's going on. He's in a little conversation with Bill Twawe. And Bill Twawe is telling him, he said, Chief, this is what's going on. George Weah does not want to see Joy Howard Taylor. He said the woman won't overthrow him. So right now he doesn't trust anybody. Molowa Molo, he wants to see Molowa Molo too. He can't try what a ball name. 17 a continent. Because the ball that ball killer. I bought train by Charter or son. So you can't even try him. Yeah. And all of a sudden, these people, somebody who could barely, they never earned $100 in their entire life. Now they're making 2,000, 3,000 US dollars. But the message to you guys, any attempt, the Labramel said, you better leave those peaceful protesters. They did what they had to do on June 7, and they are going to repeat history. Monrovia right now, people are getting ready. Musa Dane, I'll say when I bring your Jack Daniel, but any attempt to pop you on the road, now your retired Solicitor General, who can put your hair in front before you walk. The Solicitor General, he was 12 years old before he started talking. Back to the field of play, the ball comes to Bill Twawe. Bill Twawe looks around to George Ware. Joshua B. Swowman puts over the 10-minute ball comes to D-Ho Cover D-Ho Cover to Sabu Unit, a.k.a. Domestic Tourist. Sabu Unit to Eugene Namwe. Eugene Namwe looks around to Nathaniel McGill. Nathaniel McGill to Musa Dane. Musa Dane to Summer 12 back to McGill. McGill to Selected Justice. Selected Justice to Akaras Gray, a.k.a. Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong to Corruption. Corruption to Wasteful Spending. Will he make it? He doesn't make it. The ball has been taken away by Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi looks around. He connects pay as you go. Pay as you go to Stephen Johnson. Stephen Johnson looks around back to pay as you go to negotiation onto Dialogue. Dialogue looks around what he making. No, he doesn't. The ball comes to Liquor Talk onto Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart to Yombi Kanga. Yombi Kanga has Sokati. She Sokati. Prophet Key take the ball from her. So when she said you don't try it. So Prophet Key back to Benson V. Benson back to Greed to December 30th looks around to communication to accountability to pay as you go onto Yeka Kolba to Jeremiah Wapo to Stephen Johnson onto Eloise Alif Garley. Will she make it? No, she doesn't. The ball comes to Reverend Sanji Skepta onto desperation to compromise to Prophet Key back to Ben Senvi onto December 30th. The ball comes to negotiation onto Bradbury the things fall apart to Lekotor to Henry Costa to Darius DeLong to Oscar Cooper to Salo Johnson. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. Oh my God, the ball is way off the crossbar, making it no trouble now to the Liberia national team, the Lone Star. 5 goals to the COP and nothing, absolutely nothing to the government of Liberia. Oh man, play-by-play description this afternoon at the SKT Sports Complex in Painesville with yours truly, the brother who doesn't eat iron. He's definitely stronger than the lion. That's why they call him the giant. When I get to Liberia, I will sue George Weah. He stole my name. You're not the country giant. I'm the real giant. You stole my name, George. You steal the Liberian people. They steal my name again. I'm the giant. You're not the giant. You know how long I've been having the giant name. You want all the titles? World best, Africa best, European best, the best world in the country. Then you want to take my name. You know damn giant. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to sometimes Stepchild. Sometimes Stepchild to desperation. Desperation to compromise. Compromise to Prophet Key. Prophet Key looks around to Ben Senvi. Onto December 30th. The ball comes to January 6th. January 6th to Dialogue. Dialogue to negotiation onto Bradbury. Bradbury looks around to Yeke Koluba. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball has been taken away by prostitution. Prostitution to Wiabola. Wiabola to Goyo. You remember Ala Yanse time the brother Goyo thing they used to do? Yake you and take body pass on you? On a George where I've been associated and they're bringing Goyo by again. Ladies and gentlemen, substitution is in the making. Substitution is in the making. Fraud is coming out of the field. And guess who is coming in? Death Squad. Joshua is so desperate that he's bringing Death Squad on the field. Death Squad is coming on the field to replace Fraud. Don't try anything foolish at George Weah. When you say, man, I bring Death Squad. The former rebel that you got on the field are coming now. See, I find no more then. Before we die, then you bring it on the field. You got big cable, George Weah. The ball comes to Death Squad. Death Squad to hypocrisy. Death Squad beats into police brutality on the Death Squad. Death Squad to rape to murder. Murder to witch hunt. Witch hunt looks around back to Death Squad. Will he make it? No, the ball comes to Wiabola. Onto stupiditians. Stupiditian to critical thinker. Womanizer, alcoholism to sexually transmitted disease. The ball comes to prostitution. Prostitution is moving to the head of the field. Will he make it? Oh man. That was a beautiful connection there by Prophet Key. Prophet Key sends the ball to Henry Costa. Henry Costa to accountability. Accountability to communication, back to communication, on to pay as you go. Pay as you go to blackmailer. Blackmailer to racketeer. Look at George Weah calling Google Pew and racketeer and blackmailer. When George Weah inside is a dangerous criminal. This man has destroyed the country. Want to steal from your own people. After the people say, you know what, the Pope is giving all hard time, that'll give George Weah the chance. The king has come to a momentary standstill, folks. George Weah has been brought down by Henry Costa. And I think we're going to go to the meta and see what's ready to go on. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you call from.
Hello, Ashford.
How you doing? Tell us your name. George Weah has been brought down by Henry Costa. And George Weah is saying that the referee cheating. So go ahead and make your point. We're listening to you.
Okay, I'm calling. My name is Sonowe Looking.
Okay.
Calling from Rhode Island.
Go ahead and make your point. We're listening to you.
Okay, I have a problem with the COP.
What the problem?
Okay, my problem here is the listing of the 5 counts that they wanted if President Weah had come up for them to compromise, for discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that those counts are very low. You understand?
Those counts were just meant to start negotiation. They had total of 28 counts. But those counts were just something to initiate the negotiation. And if Mr. Weah is serious, then they can tell you, say, okay, after you release these 5 counts, then get Sametua out from the Ministry of Finance, take away out of the budget that gets $1.5 million. So the fact and how you can just start a conversation. So I mean that had a beginning, but with Josh Weah, you're not doing anything. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, but I feel that in having negotiation, you need to put that which is of importance in front.
Wait now, for George Weah to declare his asset and what you have before you became president and what you have now.
Listen, the 5 counts for him to declare his asset, that particular one is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Where I have problem here is all media stations should be reopened. And we have Root FM and Punch FM. We know Root FM get us to where we are today. So we cannot do away with Root FM. But then they should have combined Root FM with Punch FM.
That's what it
so
did.
They can be one.
That's what it did. They combined Roots FM with Punch FM. That's one count.
Oh, okay. Then that is clear to me.
Okay.
And secondly,
yes,
the Honorable Yeke Korba is entitled to his security by all means.
Thank you.
And you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That should not even be a count
But
for
my
them
sister,
to be appealing.
what do you expect?
to the
What do you
president to
expect from a
provide
very?
security.
What do you expect from a very vindictive president? That man wants to kill Yeke Kolba from day one.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
And then
he intentionally took the security from Yeke Kolba. Yeke Kolba left is threatened every day. Today, his family can't be in Liberia because of the continual threat on his life.
Yeah,
so when you
know
speak
that.
on that, then the memo care you for what? All the stealing he's doing, he ain't happy. You want to kill people now?
Yeah, we are been feeling sorry, but I thought in negotiating because these are things and is like reaching to the friendship table. So you will just tell him, say, look, this our representative, this man being a lawmaker, but all costs this man need a security.
George Weah does not listen.
Okay.
George Weah is not a person that want to listen. So we're hoping that when the people come out tomorrow, when they stay there tomorrow, going to Tuesday, he will come out. When he calls himself, man, he will come out. If he doesn't, then he's looking for his own downfall.
Okay, then another concern that I have,
Mm-hmm.
since you have made that one clear to me, another concern that I have here is for the retraction of the statement from Honorable Koruba. And you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeke Kolba just showed that he's patriotic, he loves the country, and that's why he apologized for the statement. Yeke Kolba said, listen, I am advocating for the war and economic crime courts. So if I were if I in any way trying to make one, I wouldn't have advocated for those things. But if I said something that offended you, the Liberian people in the international community, I'm very sorry. I think he was being a man.
Okay, but then my problem here is they had never been fair. The international community or whosoever had not been fair to Yeke Koruba and to Henry Costa and even the Liberian people. The government created Sabu unit, Zebra unit, and they have not come out to even make any statement about those very units. Many times, Yeke Koruba have been attacked, Henry Costa have been attacked. They had never said anything. They made a statement, he's in defense of himself. It is not to say Yeke Koruba say he wants to bring war. Can you want to bring war and you will openly say it?
That's right. That's what he said. But my sister, thank you, God, that 15 more minutes for the game to be over. Thank you so much for being a part.
What I'm trying to say, it was not fair
That's
to
true.
the Liberian people.
It was not fair. That one is true.
Intimidated in our own country.
Yeah, it's not fair.
And then Yeke Koruba with Henry Costa in the international community, they are not seeing all of those things to say something for the Liberian people.
You
so
real,
they
my
are
sister.
only concerned about this president. Then what about we he got him?
That's why we're sending the message for tomorrow.
So they are not concerned about us. He should care all of us. He should care the Liberian people.
No, they'll be concerned as of tomorrow. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much.
Okay, these are my point I put forward. I wanted to get clarification on.
Okay.
But I'm not happy.
Oh.
Okay then.
Okay, bye. Okay, hello?
Hello?
A 313 number, 978-7416. Tell us your name.
My name is Maurice Johnson. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Okay, go ahead, make your point.
And my point is, sister, I just go on the phone, I just leave the line. I just want to correct her.
Okay, go ahead, my brother.
She's saying that my lawyer can't just told me how to get own personal security. The justice minister, we all know that the justice minister, even if honorable, the justice minister will have security with you. You're not worried about in a period of time what you can put my hand, Malaysia, with people, children, and some way, no accountability. Now she will make a statement at the government house or Sabu unit. She's talking about government. Yeah, she's talking about government. And then she's talking like the three kind of thing. It's great. All you have to say, oh, yeah, we are start hearing tour tomorrow. So the next day, start tour tomorrow. The next day, give her a good point again. You say, so I'm sorry, those are in the diaspora. Like the way she's talking, she don't know nothing pertaining to security. She's nothing about security. She said, oh, you can come out to get full personal security. No. It's against the law. The justice minister will give you security. That's what you can do. Any honorable. I said, any honorable. Yeah, like, or in that case, the justice minister will give you security.
But the one she just said, she said that Yakuba is entitled to security from the government.
No, it's own personal security.
No, she said the government is responsible to provide security for Yakuba. But my brother, the referee will come on the field. Thank you, yeah? Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Barlocky president. Barlocky president to dictatorship. Dictatorship to Pepperman and Checklet. Pepperman and Checklet be someone to I take notes. George, I said he take notes on everything. He said you're a critical thinker. I said critical thinking right away, so critical thinking ways, my people. Critical thinker back to George Weah. George Weah to woman NASA. Woman NASA to alcoholism. Alcoholism to sexually transmitted disease. The ball comes to prostitution. Prostitution looks around to drugs abuse. Drugs abuse is moving deep in how to feel. Oh my God. The game has come to a momentary standstill. Hello. Hello. Tell us your name. Hello. Yes, tell us your name, sis. You're live on the radio. I tell you, CDC people, then they two playing phone here. The ball comes back to police brutality. Police brutality to dictatorship. Dictatorship to Pepperman and Chicle. Pepperman and Chicle to critical thinker. Critical thinker to woman now on to alcoholism. Alcoholism to sexually transmitted disease. The ball has been intercepted there by Jeremiah Wapo. Jeremiah Wapo to Stephen Johnson. He beats someone, puts him for the team. The ball comes to communication. Communication to accountability. Accountability to the pay as you go. Pay as you go looks around. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. Oh, man. I think we're getting an international call. Hello, caller. Tell us your name.
I'm Abraham Sano calling from UK. Mr. Garley, thank you for your show.
Abraham Sano calling from the UK. All right, what's on your mind tonight, sir?
I think the Liberia will win this game. Liberia did not elect George Weah to rob them of their phone.
Okay.
And Liberia people did not elect George Weah to get away the hospitals in Liberia. Liberia people did not elect George Weah to abuse his own citizens' rights. For this reason, the COP and the Liberian people will win this game. And before I go further, this president we got, the president have proven it to manage the affair of Liberia. If George Weah is listening to me, I can't ask him. I know you don't love Liberia. George Weah don't love Liberia. George Weah told all of us that while all Liberia people did to him, he still come back to Liberia. That shows that he don't love Liberia. Liberia have done nothing wrong to George Weah. George Weah have always benefited from Liberia. He has always been the beneficiary of Liberia. He has given nothing back to Liberia. The only thing George Weah have given to Liberia now is to keep our pregnant women out of hospital. They die with no doctor paying attention to them. What George Weah have done have increased the prostitution rate in Liberia. People got to prostitute before they got food to eat. What George Weah have done to Liberia is disgracing family, because if the family here cannot provide for their family, they have been disgraced. What George Weah have done, they have kept those children from going to school. Most of the 85% of Liberian children today are not going to school because of George Weah leadership. Because he is not educated. He deserves all Liberians not to be educated. George Weah got no love for Liberia. Let George Weah stay away. And I'm calling all our Liberian brothers and sisters, our mothers and our fathers. You'll come out, this is your constitutional right. You'll come out and prove it to the whole world that indeed you people are suffering. It's not a matter of Costa, not Yeke, not Mo Ali, and the rest of the other. Those guys are not suffering, but they're putting their life on the line because of you, the Liberian. You'll come out and fight for your right. You'll come out and peacefully assemble and tell the whole world that you're suffering. This young man is not able to manage the affair of the Liberian people. The international community knows that he can't make it. But until the Liberian people can come out and show to the world that indeed we made a wrong choice, we want this man to go, the international community will not do nothing. You'll get on the street, peacefully assemble, eat there, your toilet there, you'll do everything on the street. That's your tax money will clean that toilet on the street. It's your right. Thank you, my brother. I love this show. I love your show, and I will always watch the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for recognizing our beloved sister, our Iron Lady, Say Yasini, who have stand for Liberian people, who have put her life on the line, who have been threatened every day by the people that they were killing her. She continued to fight for Liberian people. I love her forever. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. And if this is your first time joining the show, all you have to just follow the page so that the next time we come you'll be live here. Tell us your name, sir. Where you call from? The 77 number. Hello. Tell us your name.
Yeah. Hi. This is
774. Your name again, sir?
This is Patrick G. Simply, I'm calling from North Dakota, Pacific Fargo.
Okay, go ahead. Make your point, sir. You live on the radio.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Garley. This is my first time calling the show, and I always listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come out tomorrow.
Okay.
No matter the condition, no matter what happened, they should come out tomorrow to express their grievances. I told my friends back home that George Weah thinks that Liberia belongs to him, but Liberia doesn't belong to him. Liberia belongs to everyone. We all are Liberian. It doesn't matter where we are, where we come from, but we all are Liberians. And I just want to tell you, thank you that they organize a peaceful protest that they will assemble tomorrow, and they should come up with a very good result. Because, George Weah, along with all his hooligans, those guys, Sabu Unit, those other guys, I don't know how to even classify them. They are so wicked. We thought that he was going to be a very good leader for the country. So we encouraged our people to vote him because they were saying they are tired with the educated people, and the educated people are carrying it astray. They are just stealing from the country. But he's even more than educated people. In less than 1 year in power. Look at the kind of property he has built. Look at all those properties. His house was on North Street. That house was looking like a dodging on North Street. It was very, I don't know how to classify it.
The house was leaking. The house was leaking when rain came. Or used to be falling in the house. Now that's a powerful mansion now.
You see that? I'm so disappointed in that guy. I'm disappointed in so much to even classify myself as Liberian because of George Weah. We thought you were going to do better, but he's not doing anything.
The man is a mature criminal.
They can't even see the truth. To say that, oh, the man is not doing nothing. They say, oh, he's good, he's doing this, he's building this. He's not doing anything. Look at the health sector right now. Look at the civil servant get paid.
The man is not serious. He want to make Judy Ramos education minister. You want to make Classy the information minister. That's serious man there.
Look, I was even surprised when he even make that picking Javasi Koji to be Senate mayor of the country. Look at Javasi Koji. He just went for all kind of people that is not even, they're not even educated. They don't even know that reverend are wrong. They don't even know how to lead. Someone will not even take it out of his household. You went and made assistant minister. You made deputy minister. You made minister. How can you do that for a whole country?
Thank you, my brother.
On the name of the solution.
Thank you. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. 289 number 776-7755. Tell us your name.
Yeah. Alpha is working my way according from Toronto. I'm sitting watching the game from gate 8.
What's going on there?
Let you know.
What happened on gate 8?
I don't like the way the coach behaving because they don't want to pass the ball to promote Demo and promote Demo. Pavaki is standing by his but nobody on him. Nobody want to. I don't want to pass the ball to him to score. So you judge we are English here right now. I think this is racism. You got to pass the ball to promote Demo to score. So I want to let you know. Please tell the coach.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. 615 number 962. Tell us your name.
Georgia Davies. I called earlier and I was cut off a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, make your point.
I'm calling from Texas.
Go ahead, make your point, sis.
I am not a CDC person, okay? I was just calling to let you know that I'm not CDC person, and I was calling to say to the Liberian people. Hello?
Yeah, we're listening to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I just wanted to say that the Liberian people needs to get out tomorrow so they can demonstrate and get George Weah out of office because he got that country so down to zero, okay? And he got people calling us from home, begging. Liberian people start begging like nobody business right now. So I'm just, So that's why I'm calling. I hope everybody get out tomorrow and try to demonstrate. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you so much. And for you to be convinced that these people, the women are really serious, just listen to the women that are talking. Listen to them. Liberian women frustrated talking.
When you pass man, they play any leave it and say you say like everything you know these guys they can lie. They just want to trick because they say there are other people there, but I'm some they can lie. Yeah, on me or like what? So on me goes like one give it. When they see that and on me carry me here for you, you will prepare you are in a Senate. You do nothing there. You say when would they used to call you Bobo President, Bobo Senate. And we the Liberian people, yeah, they come in these shit, we they can't share, we they can't lie, and I'm again, and I'm there, and I'm there. These few group of people, then they making it to be strong, they put bandits together. They put bandits together. Anytime they try with something, they see where your history is ever done, and nobody can ask your question. Down to end, and they put people in all you. But what do I think they have to? What do I think they have to pass on? I mean, I can't give it, man. I can't give it. I can't give it because they walk inside, they put people inside, and they see the truth, they put the black robe over it. They put the black robe over it. But I mean, I can't give it country. Stay to your play, baby, my son. I don't say you want to come, but just stay to your play. That is people, because look at, and man, where in the horse? They see they kind of see the man, they have foul, they see the law, foul, they see the law, foul, they see the law. What can they ever going? What can that body they care to July, something for wedding, for wedding, for wedding. You go find another day for.
These are your mothers, your sisters, your aunts. They are all frustrated in Liberia under the leadership of George Weah. This man has destroyed the country in just under 2 years. He made a lot of money when he played soccer. George Weah squandered his money because he's mentally challenged. If George Weah was in America, he would have been diagnosed with mental disability. Okay? Then this is the kind of man now we have as president of Liberia. Liberia is in a complete mess, my people. Let us go to the line now and talk to 973. Tell us your name, sir. Oh, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Garley. How are you?
I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Tell us your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is I'm calling from the state of California.
No, hold on, sir. I know I just conferenced you in, but we have a lady on the line, 973-609-7703. Go ahead, man. We're listening to you.
Okay, great. Yes, I want to say good evening to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching the show since it started, the commentary. I enjoy the game. I am pro the COP, but most importantly, I'm for the Liberian people. And my call to the Liberian people this evening or this morning as they prepare, do not be afraid, for God is not of fear. This is the time for you to stand up. Somebody's coming and leading you because of the situation in the country. You guys are afraid to just get up and go. We understand because of fear of, being prosecuted or labeled or witch hunted. But this is your opportunity to voice out your pain, what you have been going through. The international community comes for peace, but they're not going to come to speak for you. So what we're asking you to do, go peaceably and assemble. Speak out what's bothering you. State your plight. Just as it affects you, people will listen. And the world is listening. Do not be afraid. Do not damage. Do not be destructive. Do not be rude. Just peaceful. And you will get your point across. We are here to support you. The word of God is going to lead and guide you. Say a prayer. Somebody I heard say, make sure you take your bath because you don't know how long you're going to be on the street. But be clean, be prepared, and be ready to stand up for your rights. No one's doing you a favor. The country, and the other point I want to make, don't be embarrassed, we voted for this man. So you saw something in him when you voted for him. A wise man changes his mind. So since he has seen that he doesn't meet the criteria for this job, you are the same people that are coming out to say, people, we gave him an opportunity. He should look into himself, into his heart, and see these people gave him the opportunity when they thought I was the likely candidate. Of 12 or 21, 22 candidates, they chose me. And the same people are coming. Something I'm not doing right. So my people, don't be afraid. Mr. Garley, I'm one of your supporters, and I enjoy the show.
Thank you.
For our people tonight, it's very important that they stand up.
Thank
Henry
you.
Costa alone cannot do it. More
That's right.
Dara Dillon. Forget those people that are on the sidelines say they don't want to support. It's okay. Their lives are okay, but your life is not. Until you stand up for your rights, even God will applaud you. I thank you for the evening. God bless our people. God bless Liberia, and we are standing with you in prayer and in supplication.
Thank you so much. We have a 267 number, 875-8070. Tell us your name.
Mr. Garley, how you doing? I'm Father Mobile calling from Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Thank you. Too blessed to be stretched. Go ahead and make your point.
My brother, we are so much disappointed in this job we are in. This man played football. He became a war star with no contribution made to his nation. I don't know. And then he came back. We trusted him. trying to make him feel like a man, trying to show him the love that we have for him. Because he came with the intention like he was going to help us do something in the country. But it is so sad. But you know, this is my message to my brothers back home there. Liberians, Liberia is ours. This is not all about Costa. Don't sit there and be at the back and watching on the Costa and you get to do this alone. You have to join them in the street tomorrow. You have to get there. The protection is there. A 10,000, those guys were the so-called security, or I don't know how he called them, and taking them to be like, they are only responsible for he alone, and they have fear to know that this government is not going to last forever. The government comes and goes, but the people stay, the people remain. So they have to come out there and speak for the country. They have to come out there. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There is no political party in Liberia. Because they are all just sitting back there and just watching these guys do these things on their own. They have to come out and speak. They have to come out and do something.
Thank you.
Liberia is down. They may have damaged the image of our country.
Thank you so much, my brother.
People are looking at it. I'm so much sad, but I want to say a very big thank you to the honorable man, Yeke Kuruba. Yeke is a man. He has been for all the cause.
Oh, yes.
There have been so much that are going against Yeke. You know, I felt so bad the day before yesterday. He almost shed tears. When they had a press conference stating that if all the process cannot hold for tomorrow, he's going to stay away. Yes,
thank you so much, my brother. Enjoy the rest of the game, and God bless you. Okay, 240 number 464 5861. Tell us your name.
My name is Kirapo Wise.
Mr. Wise, welcome to the show.
Thank you, people. I mean, I saw, you know, I mean, when we were in Katia listening to radio, we know you to be one of the two. My respect for you is unquestionable. Every time I see you on radio, I'm so impressed, and I feel very privileged to know that our brothers are still doing what they love to do, you know. But let me just come in. I didn't say the other brother that even if you go on my page, you see with the protest, Mo Ali, you know, he's like a brother to me. We've been friends.
You have 60 seconds. A lot of people in line. We got to finish the game. You got 60 seconds. Please hurry up. Go ahead.
Let me I'll hurry and just leave your show if that's. But what I'm saying that the issue about the protest tomorrow, it has been compromised. The source of the protest from that June, from December 30 to now, it's just a flamboyant stuff that is happening tomorrow.
I disagree. I don't want to believe that. We're out to encourage our people to go out. This protest is not about Henry Costa. It's not about Mo Ali. It's about the vast majority of the Liberian people. I wouldn't have you come here to say the protest was compromised. Okay?
I mean, I support the protest.
Okay. We all do support the protest. Thank you, my brother. Enjoy the rest of the game, and God bless you. Hello, caller. Tell us your name. It's a 510 number 850-0896.
Thank you so much. My name is Sam Ufwe. I'm calling from the state of California.
Go ahead, make your point, my brother. We're listening to you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead, make your point. We're listening to you.
Yeah, my brother. I want you to give me less than 1 minute or 2 minutes.
You got 60 seconds, please. A lot of people online that want to comment. I want to come in. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Our country, Liberia, is going through trials and tribulation. It is the value of unity that's going to build this country here. I want to be clear. I want to be crystal clear with you that I am not sedition. I am not also opposition. I'm a Liberian. And I think for Liberians to protest against a democratic elected president is unacceptable. I think what we need to do as a citizen of Liberia is to come together and unify this country here and move this country forward. Protest does not have no value. Protest does not have no ingredients in Liberia. History tells us it has destroyed our country. there is a possibility if we are not careful. Protest might also bring chaos in our country.
Now, listen, I'm just like you two. I'm not part of a political party. I'm not part of the CDC. But if you want to say anything good with the protesters, you should commend them. They are not bringing war. All they are doing, they're asking the people to peacefully assemble and ask the president a few questions. Some of the things that he's doing in the government of the country are nothing that he should be doing. They're asking him to change and get on a red track to lead the country. But again, that's how you feel. I want to thank you for being a part of the show tonight and continue to listen. God bless you. We have our 514 number, 514-676.
How you doing?
Yeah, tell us your name and where you call from.
Thank you. Ashford, I'm Joe Nama. Where you are?
Mr. Nama, welcome to the show. Go ahead and make your point.
Okay, well, thanks for the show, and I've been following you, many times. But thank you for everything you're doing. Well, I just want to tell that brain people that protest is not war, because I heard the other caller saying that protest is war. Protest is not war. Protest is a way of expressing yourself to the government that thinks it's not right. So trying to get out there, to assemble peacefully. There's nothing wrong with that. We Liberians must make sure and send a message to our people that you have to come out and protest. We have to come out to make our voices heard. Let the international community get to know that this man is unfit to govern this country. I don't know, Liberia has become a laughing something. So I just want to tell you thank you,
Thank you, my brother.
The message over there, continue to do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 267 number 628-6221. Tell us your name, sir. Oh, man. 267-628. Sleeping on us. 267-648-9692.
Yes, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Ashford? How are you?
Too blessed to be stressed. Go ahead, tell us your name.
Thank you so very much for the opportunity. My name is Garley. I'm calling from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I'm saying, and I'm just adding my voice to countless Liberians that are in support of the protest. This protest is not about being our President George Manuel yet. This protest is not about bringing protest. Certainly, it's not about bringing war to Liberia. What this protest is holding this government accountable.
Thank you.
The government to lead us responsibly. And what this protest is about is actually making the government to understand that yes, there are several Liberians that also did not vote for who also require all our country too. This is what the protest is about.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game. Okay, we have 3 more callers to deal with in schedule. Then we'll go back to the game and climb out again. 267-628-6221. Tell us your name.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. Too blessed to be stressed. Tell us your name and where you call from.
My name is Emmanuel Mark, and I'm calling from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Go ahead and make your point. You got 60 seconds, my brother.
Yeah, I just want to take the time to thank each and every one of you, especially all of those advocates that are out there in higher diaspora, not only in America, like people like Stacey Asini, people like you guys, people like George, and everyone that are out there. I just want to take the time to say thank you. To every road there is an end. And just want to buttress my brother, or just to tell him what he just said was wrong, like that. Demonstrating against elected democratic government is wrong. I don't know where he take that from. I don't know what part of the Constitution it is. I just want him to pick up the phone and call his counterpart. How many times they protest against the government of Liberia? Let me tell you, protest does not bring war in a country. Protest does not support any economy in a country. But what it does, it brings fire to the government to do what is right. Check out in America, how many times protest is not going on in a country. But check out in the war, how many times people are now running to come to America. Protests were going on in Liberia by we are at that time in opposition. And trust me, investors were still going to Liberia. Protests were in Liberia when the mentors still going to Liberia. Protests was in Liberia when Total went in Liberia and built all those gas stations. Protests was still going on in Liberia when the Delta Airline was flying directly to Liberia. So protest does not bring war, but protest electing our government and what you are doing is
Thank
wrong.
you.
And I just want to spend
Thank you so much, my brother. Enjoy the rest of the game.
And let bring it the government and put to fire.
God bless you.
Much.
Thank you. Okay, 267-776-5983. Tell us your name and where you call from.
How you doing, Brother Garley? Thank you very much. I think I had a last caller, right?
That's right.
Okay, but then I will get a little bit of time to explain myself.
No,
Thank you very much.
the referee calling. Oh, we got to go back on the field. So you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. The number 9 did very well. You know, Brother Garley, let me tell you something. The one that came in Liberia, it destroyed everybody's properties in Liberia. For me to listen to the president this afternoon, to tell we the Liberians will burn down his house, will throw stone at his car, will burn down John Lewis bus, or spoil John Lewis bus. Brother Garley, you want to tell me people from Nima County, people from Grand Jude, people from Maryland, people from Salo, people from Mount Giddy, people from Ball, people from Lofa, their property were not destroyed? People, animals were looted, eaten, people were beaten. This is the reason why in fact, not to speak to the Liberian people.
Hello?
Yeah. Bro, got it?
Yes.
Okay, all of those things happened. This is the reason why he kept God in his mind to stand behind the pulpit today to tell the Liberian people, just follow my money. I think to revenge. This is a shame in West Africa.
Thank you.
This is a shame on us, we the Liberians.
Thank you.
Next time, this protest should set as a deterrent for all Liberians to know how to vote.
Thank you, my brother.
How to vote.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Garley. Thank you very much.
Thank you. A Minnesota number 612-710-1777.
Brother Garley, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Too blessed to be stressed. Tell us your name.
Lasana, calling from Minnesota. I'm sorry to say good morning. I'm thinking about Liberian people now.
That is intimate, my brother. We dare inspire with them.
We all owe.
Go ahead, make your point. 60 seconds.
Yeah, okay. I never go through the topic, but I just want to talk because I think everything about COP.
No, we are encouraging our brothers in Liberia, our brothers and sisters in Liberia, so that they can come out for the protest. And tonight, we have the political soccer game where the COP is in the lead 5-0 against the Liberian national team. Heron Coastal scored 3 goals. Yeke Koluba scored 1, and Darrell Dillon scored 1.
Wow. It's a good game. I thought Yeke Koluba will score hat-trick because that is my man, the most consistent man.
That's right.
In the COP. I really like that guy. Yeah, brother. It's all about, we all been calling to see how best family member, friends can see reason and go out today and find out their right.
Thank you.
So
thank you so much, my brother.
Liberia.
Thank you so much. 510-994-9406. Tell us your name.
Hey, the Giants. This is Stanford Roberts calling from San Francisco.
Hey, go ahead.
California.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead and make your point, my brother.
Yes. So I just wanted to respond to the gentleman that called from California, Akwe. I know that gentleman very well. He's a physician. He's in the CDC chapter. He's a member of the CDC chapter, as a matter of fact. Okay. And he's just saying that because he wants to have the support of his fellow physicians. because the other day he spoke against the president and the kicking out. So now he's trying to come back in the chapel. But on a serious note, let me say thanks to Mr. Costa, a good friend and brother of mine, and the rest of the other leaders in the COP. And I also want to applaud the government too for providing security. At least our people have some level of confidence to come out by knowing that they won't be harmed by some elements of the government. So we hoping that our people will come up peaceably, exercise their constitutional right.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Ashford. Thank you very much for the
Thank
show.
you so much. And my sister Celia is saying she hope I'm not cheating because I'm afraid to sleep in the basement. Welcome, Mr. Emmanuel Toll. He's in the building. And of course, 312-871-0140. Tell us your name.
It is Lasana.
Lasana, you got 60 seconds. We're going to need to go back in the field. Go ahead, make a point.
Yeah, okay. I just want to let you know about tomorrow protest. There's a reverend that was talking about Sabu unit, that they have become a complete terror for the ruling party.
The Reverend Reeves, from the Provident Baptist Church. I saw the article where he referred to the Sabu unit as as a terrorist group in Liberia.
Yeah, and this is becoming serious, and the government taking this to be for granted, and from the ruling party. And even tomorrow, I just heard from somebody that was calling me that there will be, or how they call it, there will be security guy tomorrow that will protect them. But in so doing, they have people on the bicep that will come and destroy the protest, which is those Sabu units. I just want for the people to be aware that people will be there tomorrow to disturb them, especially they already get a group set called Sabu unit.
Thank you.
When they talk about it, when they call me, they told me about it. I said, the people are already guaranteed the people will get security.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Coming out tomorrow because they say in case of anything, the hair will be whole responsible in case anything go on.
All right.
It can be set up by the government. So
thank you.
That should be a reminder to them. They will not forget.
All right.
Your unit tomorrow. That is carry on observation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. Have a good night. Okay. We are back on the field of play now, folks. I'm telling you, play by play description this afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex. 5-0. 5 goals for COP and nothing for Liberia. The ball comes to unemployment. Unemployment looks around now to hard time to Boyo. Boyo looks around to Weabola. Weabola sends the ball far down for intended for stupid decisions. Stupid decision of Barlocky president. Barlocky president to dictatorship. Dictatorship to Peppermint and Chiclet. Peppermint and Chiclet beats one puts on the team. The ball comes to Womanizer. Womanizer to alcoholism. Alcoholism to sexually transmitted disease. The ball comes to prostitution. Prostitution. Beats one man. Beats the second one. He make it no. Beautiful save there by Sunshine Style Child. Making it no trouble now to the COP. The ball comes to Likotor. Likotor to negotiation, onto dialogue. Dialogue beats woman to desperation. Desperation to compromise. Compromise to Profekid on the bench 7. He beats woman, beats the second. The ball comes to Oscar Cooper, to Mo Ali, to Henry Costa. Costa beats woman to Dawes DeLong. He's moving deep in out of the field. Dawes DeLong to pay as he go on to Louis Garley, back to Dawes DeLong. He's moving the ball comes to Jeremiah Wapo. Jeremiah Wapo back to Dawes DeLong to Yeke Koluba. Koluba back to DeLong. DeLong is moving deep in out of the field. This could be trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Goal number 6. Goal number 6 for the COP. Goal coming from the leg of Dawes DeLong, through an assist for Yeke Koluba. 6 goals to 0. Oh man. 6 goals to COP and nothing to Liberia. Folks, protesters, do not be afraid of anything. Come out in your numbers and teach this president a lesson. Goalkeeper not awarded to the Liberian national team. The kick has been taken by Samuel Toy. Samuel Toy sends a foul down field into Musa Din. Musa Din connects Nathan McGill. Nathan McGill to Eugene Namwe. The ball comes to Sabu Unit, aka domestic terrorist. Sabu Unit connects D-Ho Kawaho. D-Ho Kawaho to George Ware. George Ware, aka Greedy Hunter. George Ware got Full Tonga on his side. the deer on his left arm. Then the smallest squirrel on the ground, he wanted for himself. He wants everything for himself. The boy is so greedy. Joshua Kone Bill Twawe. Bill Twawe looks around to money laundering to human rights abuse, onto selective justice. The ball comes to Akara's Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Akara Gray double shovels. He beats so man, puts it up for timid. The ball comes to corruption and wasteful spending. Wasteful spending to Jefferson Koji, the Molba Molu, aka Legator sent to far down feet intended for false promises. The ball comes to abuse of power to nepotism. Nepotism moving deep behind the field. The thread is broken. The ball has quickly been taken away now. But Reverend Sam G's capture. Skepta looks around to Eloise Alif Garley. The ball comes to Stephen Johnson II. Stephen Johnson II to Jeremiah Wapo onto Yeke Koluba. They know we just scored the 6th goal. Yeke Koluba looks around to Obe onto communication to accountability. Accountability to pay as you go. Pay as you go to Blackmailer. Blackmailer to Racketeer. Racketeer looks around. He make it. No, he doesn't make it. The ball comes back to Mo Ali. Mo Ali to Henry Costa. Costa looks around to Oscar Cooper. He's moving deep in out of the field. Oscar Cooper connects. Sam G's capture. The ball comes to desperation onto Prophet Key. Prophet Key to compromise. Compromise back to Ben Senvi. Onto December 30th. The ball comes to January 6th. Onto Bradbury. Bradbury to negotiation. Onto dialogue. Dialogue to Licotor. Licotor to things fall apart. Things fall apart. Loses the ball to George Weah. George Weah to prostitution. Prostitution to D-Ho cover hole. D-Ho cover hole to borrowing initiative. The ball comes to drugs abuse. Drugs abuse to alcoholism. When you see George Weah, you smell Hennessy S-hole. That's all he does. Get drunk and womanize it. George Weah to womanizer onto alcoholism. The ball comes to sexually transmitted disease to prostitution. Prostitution to drugs abuse. Where he make it? No, he doesn't. George Weah said he doesn't like to talk. He let it take action. And you know the kind of action he's talking about? You know the kind of action he talks about? You're sleeping with his official woman there. All you're going to sleep with pure women. He feels that he's the only one that can function from the waist below. For Henry Costa said George Weah could come. Henry Costa said he's 37-year-old George Weah 53. He can beat George Weah any day. George Weah won't slide Henry Costa. Henry Costa said he will get George Weah coming from here. The ball comes to D-Ho cover hole onto Akara's Gray, aka Opion King Kong. The money laundering. The ball comes to Bill Twawe. Bill Twawe looks around to George Weah. George Weah back to Bill Twawe. The ball comes to D-Ho cover hole. D-Ho cover hole to police brutality. Police brutality to harassment. Harassment to hypocrisy onto death squad. Death squad to nepotism. Nepotism back to death squad. Death squad makes it. The ball comes back to oh man. The ball has been taken away now by Eloise. Eloise to Stephen Johnson to Jeremiah Wapo. The ball comes to Henry Costa to desperation. Desperation by the Costa. Costa to Mo Ali. Mo Ali back to Dara Zelon onto accountability to D-Ho cover hole. No, he doesn't make it. The ball comes back to pay as you go. Pay as you go to Obe to Jeremiah Wapo. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to Prophet Key. All protocols there. Prophet Key looks around to Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi back to Prophet Key. Prophet Key moving deep in out of the field. Will he make it? No, he beats one man. He couldn't Ben Senvi. Ben Senvi back to Prophet Key. Prophet Key is moving deep in out of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, that no nonsense Prophet Key. All protocols there to accountability. Accountability about the Prophet Key. Prophet Key to pay as you go. Pay as you go by the Prophet Key. He moving deep in out of the field. He beats one man. He beats them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is goal number 7. Goal number 7 for the COP. The 7th goal coming from the leg of Prophet Key. Through an assist from Pay As You Go. And folks, I'm afraid that's how we come to the end of this game. 7 goals to 0. 7 goals coming from the COP and nothing for Liberia. And folks, we are calling on the protesters to come out tomorrow in the numbers. Show up. If you are part of the 15 political subdivisions, all you do is stay home. If you can't come tomorrow, stay home. Send a message to the very inept, irresponsible, and reckless president that thinks he owns the country. And folks, with that, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you who took up time tonight to come to the show. We might do a very special earlier in the day, depending on the reception we get from our people. Our local correspondents are on the ground in Liberia. We're talking about Mr. Habiba Clinton. He's already dressed up in his British Radio Africa press gear, and he's ready to go. Folks, until I talk to you tomorrow, please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise man. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. The height of a man is never known until he rises, and there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone because you can't hide your nakedness from bathing bucket. When God bless you, don't say that medicine. When you see crawfish coming from underneath the water and say the crocodile here sweating, don't say that lie. Until then, this has been yours truly. As for the giant, the brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than a lion. Have a good night.
Yage